Hey there! So, you want to spend Christmas with me? Well, sit back, relax, get yourself a snack, get yourself a cup of tea. I do actually have one myself here, as you can see. There it is. Best tea brand in the world. Let me get it sharp. There you have it. So, if you feel lonely today, or if you just have some spare time, or if it's maybe second Christmas day and you're like in bed because of all the food you ate yesterday evening, well, this may be the stream for you. I spent a couple of hours with you now, playing a little bit of Planet Coaster 2, building a Christmas market in the cozy snow. So hopefully something to enjoy. We're gonna talk about various topics, have ourselves a little Merry Christmas together in this game that we all enjoy and share the passion of. So I thought that would be a fun little special for you guys. So I guess without further ado, let's jump in, put on the Christmas music, put on your Christmas hoodie if you have one, and let's enjoy this time together. Alright, here we are, and let's have a cozy little time. First things first, we gotta put ourselves in the correct mood. So I'm going to change a little bit of the color setup over here. This is something I'm gonna do all the time. It is a little mod over here that I am absolutely adoring. I hope that this is gonna be released soon for a lot of people, because I am absolutely a big fan of it. It changes the color, it changes the overall mood, and also we should go and see if we can. Okay, so that's the wrong direction. We should actually go to the morning. Okay, well, we can't really go to the morning time. What about late evening? Okay, so that is a bit too late. I'm guessing we're going to stay then at like 11 or maybe 10 a.m. Maybe just 9, 8. Yeah, oh, that's kind of cozy. Let's keep this one going. I hope this is also nice on screen. But yeah, so this is what we are going to deal with. This is the area we are in. Oh, look at that. The snow is falling. We got some lovely little Christmas music. I got my cup of tea with me. I've got a couple of things with me. And we're going to build this. So what I envision with this area here is that, first of all, we're going to make this all work and look nice, you know. But we are also going to do a couple of little Christmas market stalls over here that can be removed in summer if needed, or not. And we will do something more permanent. That is going to be, I guess, over here. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to put this over. But yeah, you know, I didn't really make myself too much of an idea quite yet. But you know what? We're going to keep it running. We're going to keep the game running for once. With the snowfall, I think that's pretty nice indeed. It's like the only thing is that the prestige is going bad in the park, whatever. What we're going to do is we're going to start, first of all, making sure that all these pathways and so on look final. I'm also kind of curious to why there is a... Oh, hold on, I'm just gonna get rid of this one here. Didn't mean to speed up the process. I'm not really used to building in real time, you know, so please bear with me if that's a bit of an issue here. But, you know, is that a... Okay, so that's a fairly nice piece over here. So we're going to use this heap wall, and I'm willing to make that a little bit darker. So here we go. And now let's see what kind of angle this is. So can we get the same angle? Not quite, so we're gonna do it ourselves. And I'm going to make that sure a little bit smaller indeed. So we're gonna make it this way and bring that in. I'm gonna do it this way and just like a little bit more like this. Okay, fine. And so this is what we do, and I'm gonna do 2 of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in metal, because I want to do like a railing for that one, like a metal railing. That should look pretty damn good. And I'm also willing to find a good one, I think. Alright, here we are, and let's have a cozy little time. First things first, we gotta put ourselves in the correct mood. So I'm going to change a little bit of the color setup over here. This is something I'm gonna do all the time. It is a little mod over here that I am absolutely adoring. I hope that this is gonna be released soon for a lot of people, because I am absolutely a big fan of it. It changes the color, it changes the overall mood, and also we should go and see if we can. Okay, so that's the wrong direction. We should actually go to the morning. Okay, well, we can't really go to the morning time. What about late evening? Okay, so that is a bit too late. I'm guessing we're going to stay then at like 11 or maybe 10 a.m. Maybe just 9, 8. Yeah, oh, that's kind of cozy. Let's keep this one going. I hope this is also nice on screen. But yeah, so this is what we are going to deal with. This is the area we are in. Ah, look at that. The snow is falling. We got some lovely little Christmas music. I got my cup of tea with me. I've got a couple of things with me. And we're going to build this. So what I envision with this area here is that, first of all, we're going to make this all work and look nice, you know. But we are also going to do a couple of little Christmas market stalls over here that can be removed in summer if needed, or not. And we will do something more permanent. That is going to be, I guess, over here. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to put this over. But yeah, you know, I didn't really make myself too much of an idea quite yet. But you know what? We're going to keep it running. We're going to keep the game running for once. With the snowfall, I think that's pretty nice indeed. It's like the only thing is that the prestige is going bad in the park, whatever. What we're going to do is we're going to start, first of all, making sure that all these pathways and so on look final. I'm also kind of curious to why there is a... Oh, hold on, I'm just gonna get rid of this one here. Didn't mean to speed up the process. I'm not really used to building in real time, you know, so please bear with me if that's a bit of an issue here. But, you know, is that a... Okay, so that's a fairly nice piece over here. So we're going to use this heap wall. And I'm willing to make that a little bit darker. So here we go. And now let's see what kind of angle this is. So can we get the same angle? Not quite. So we're going to do it ourselves. And I'm going to make that sure a little bit smaller indeed. So we're going to make it this way. And bring that in. I'm gonna do it this way and just like a little bit more like this. Okay, fine. And so this is what we do. And I'm going to do 2 of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in metal because I want to do like a railing for that one, like a metal railing. That should look pretty damn good. And I'm also willing to find a good one. I think... What an amateur mistake here. My hard drive was running full. I didn't even check before recording that the hard drive is, you know, potentially an issue that we may have, but you know. So what I'm going to... Wait, hold on. Why is this metal? Okay, there you go. There was like a space I unfortunately put in because I was hitting spacebar to pause the game from Jurassic World Evolution, which I've been playing beforehand. And oh god, switching between those games is a bit of a pain because of the different... way the shortcuts work. So yeah, also I'm willing to find a smaller rod over here, but this is don't we have like a longer but thinner one, like this one for example, or is that like even longer? Where's the difference? I don't even... Okay, we're gonna use that one and we're gonna make that like dark-ish, so that's still very bright. I think it's because of the morning light as well. But yeah, so also I was about to say we're going to have it in play mode. Here we have it at. And I'm not sure how tall the railing needs to be. I'm going to make that a little bit taller. So here we go. I'm going to bring this down and somewhat align that with this one. And then, so how is that thing called? The flume support. No, the flume support 1. Okay, so I'm going to say... Oh, actually it stays the same position, so that's nice. Let's go for the smaller one. Oh my god, that's not a smaller one. Why can we make that small? We can't make that small. Why though? Okay, I'm gonna make this one small here. But there was... Hold on. There is this one piece that comes from... I'm not sure which pack that is, but there's one piece that also has already this little metal bulb on top of it, which I want to use. I think we use that also inside of this building here in the background. So let's have a little search for that one. I'm still not fully used to all the pieces in this game, I must admit. Like, if you play, or if I play Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, it's like I know every single piece by heart. And I guess because this game... There you go. No, that's the wrong one. Because this game has so many options, it's ridiculous, to be honest. Also, can I use that one instead? I think this one looks nice as well. So I'm going to use this one instead and just going to make that a tiny bit tinier. So there you go. And I'm going to use the same... Hold on, why is that? Okay, well, I'm going to make that way brighter then. So, okay, let's see if we can somehow find a good middle ground here. So is that only 2, or should we go for 3? I think we should go for 3. We're gonna go for 3. Okay, that's fine. That's nice. And hopefully we have the same kind of angle with all of these things, because otherwise we're gonna have an issue here. So, let's see. There should be... that wasn't the one with the light, with the bulb on top. I could go for that one, and then just kind of use this one. Bring it all the way around. Make that smaller, right? And then we would have like a nice little detail here. Yay, there you go. Look, that's fine. And I'm gonna make it quite like this. And you know what? I'm just gonna do it by hand. It's not really like it's fine, you know. Because of the 2 axes, we can easily do that. So there's that, you know. Oh, look at the beauty! Also in the background with the snow. Oh gosh, I'm loving that. I am loving this. Okay, so we get a bit of detail in here. That's all good. And I'm also wondering if we may... Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to put the same fencing around everywhere, so I'm going to stay with this one over here now. So let's just grab that one, and bring it over to the other side. So we just have that. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so now what we could do is just use both of them and then bring this down here. So I guess what we got to do is we sync them into each other a little bit. I guess we have to do this a bit more. Okay, you know what? Just that is a little bit too much. So can I just use maybe 2 of you? So hold on. I'm just gonna bring this over. Yeah, that should be fine. We can utilize these things as the walls as kind of guidance. That's fine. So let's bring this one. I mean, we must go down here. Oh, by the way, in regards to the playlist, I did a bit of a mixture between jazz music and lo-fi and classic Christmas. So, you know, I should also, to get it a bit more nice, I'm gonna make shuffle. So shuffle and repeat. So that should be better. Okay, I fixed that one real quick for us. Okay, so now hold on. I think what I gotta do, because otherwise that looks a bit odd. I'm also wondering why the people always go down here. Like it's a bit odd that they go always down here. Where they want to go, what they want to look at. I'm confused. I mean, I'm fine with this because I'm usually having the issue that people in this game don't do it that much, but you know, certainly they do, and I'm quite happy with it. Also, certainly, normally what I don't do is you know, I'm just gonna expand this area here. Hold on. Before we keep on building, yeah, let's just build one piece that doesn't even matter. I want to go for the draw tool. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend this around the corner here, like so. And then a bit of a... I don't mind even to have it that much. I want to build like a gazebo or something like this over here. So I'm gonna go and make this go in, go here, go there. And then I'm gonna make sure it's not going to be... I think I want to have it round over here. Hold on. Just gonna make it that way. And then one straight piece should do the trick. And then what I should do is go around. Okay, no angle snappy for us. I want to put it here. So that is fine. And then just bring it straight over. There you have it. And then, so I don't want to take it up too much. Yeah, that's a nice little look. That's a nice little look. I think that's really nice looking. So you can build some proper walls over here. That should look fine. Okay, I'm wondering if we can just utilize the same kind of thing over here. Let's see if I grabbed everything correctly. I did. So let's bring that over and then see if it's the same width. I think it's a tiny bit thinner, is it? Oh yeah, it actually is. So let's actually make that fit first of all, before we then move it in. There you go. Move that a little... Oh, no. Not on both axes. I must admit that building in snow is a tad bit harder than usual. I hope it adds to the cozy vibes, because otherwise I'm going to do something wrong over here. Okay, never mind. So we have this aligned pretty nicely now. And what I'm going to do is put it in like this. Look, that's fine. That's really cool. Okay, so one last bit down here. Do 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 do. Can we just sink that in a little bit more? A bit more closer. There we have it. Awesome. That's perfect. I'm gonna bring these back a little bit. So that is a round piece. I'm wondering if I can do that with the rotation trick real quick, with some other kind of stones. But I'm willing to just bring those back into a nice position. Yeah, that works pretty nice. I mean, these little noobsies. Why do I send... Wait, hold on. What did I do wrong over here? I didn't move them with them, right? Is that the same over here? Is that the same mistake? Oh yeah, I've got to fix that on both sides. Never mind then. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Where's my cursor? There's my cursor. So, bring this in. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so 1 and 2. Just gonna move you guys up. Come on here. There we have it. So I really do hope that you guys are having a wonderful day still. Or if you're lonely, I hope this kind of brings up your mood and, you know, helps you get through Christmas. Great, my teas are already cold. So, you know, I do obviously know, and I'm aware also. Let me just quickly, I hope you guys are fine with this, but at least give me some light, okay? Let's go to 11. Yeah, that's better. I do obviously know that not everyone is super keen on Christmas, because not everyone has the perfect Christmas, whether it's been because of the family, or maybe this year has been rough for you, or I don't know. So obviously this is also for you guys. This is also for you guys specifically, because this is what I thought about when I was planning on doing this today. Like, potentially those people who are having a great day are not the ones watching this, I guess. At least that's my assumption. I'm totally fine if you guys are watching this and you're having a blast today. Hey, you know, you're welcome. But specifically those people who don't, whatever may be the reason, you know, I certainly hope that you're feeling better with me doing this. And yeah, just in general, giving you the option to chill, relax, maybe feel heard, feel seen, I don't know, or just hear a voice that you can relate to or that you feel comfy with, I don't know. So these things, you know, having children obviously changed a lot in my perception of reality and the world we're living in. It makes me rethink a lot of things, a lot of decisions that also I have taken in my life, but also, you know, it's like what everyone is telling you, I'm assuming, but it also makes you reflect more on the things that you took for granted. Oh yeah, nice. End of day report. What? Sorry? You kidding me? Okay. No, but what I was about to say is that, like, it's not per se that you question like what you're doing also, or if it's all wrong, but it's like you do think a lot about more things, like life in general, and what your impact is in life, and what you do for your kids, you know, how you're there for them, what your decisions kind of do with them. And oh god, I don't see the cursor because of all the snow everywhere. I may eventually get rid of the snow and then turn it on again. You know what, guys, I think I do. I really hope that the Christmas music is enough, but for the moment I'm just willing to get ourselves a bit of clear weather, just so I see everything, and then we can also pause the game. Yeah, I'm sorry for this change in decisions here, but oh my god, it's also green. It's just shouting at me. Anyways, the Christmas music will hopefully do the trick. Yeah, that's much better. Much better to see things. So yeah, no, what I was about to say is that, see, the life, as a kid, you're not really questioning too many things, because you're like a kid, you know. It's all good. You're used to everything that your parents are doing, and you don't really question if that's correct or not. But as you grow older, you obviously start to realize that also they were struggling, and oh boy, do we struggle as parents. Oh my god, I would say that every single day in my life I at least do 10 mistakes, and the next day I do 10 different mistakes with my kids. Like, I'm aware of that, but it's not like that I do it on, like, intention or whatever. It's just because I've not been a parent before, you know what I mean? I mean, I have, literally, because I've got 2 kids, and the second one is absurdly benefiting from that. Like, let me get that straight. My little one is, he is living his best life on a lot of things that we do differently now. It's crazy how much these things we've changed, like how we deal with this. But on the other side, he also never have the experience that the other one had, because of her being the first kid in the entire family. It's something you will never take off her, but also you will never take that off her in her attitude to what she's expecting and so on. So it's like a totally different story for both of them. And this lets you really reflect on how different everything and everyone is. And, you know, this is why, specifically for those who may not have a, I don't know, healthy family. And trust me when I say I do know what I speak of. Like, I am in the comfortable situation that I'm, you know, in a great family position right now, because I've basically just done this myself with my wife, and, you know, and over the years we fixed some issues we had in the family as well. But I grew up with a lot of things. Like my parents are divorced. They did split up when I was 11, I believe, and for me it was already not the easiest, but my brother did suffer quite a lot more from it. So yeah, these kind of things are sad, but at the same time, I think Christmas is a wonderful time to speak about this, because things can change and things eventually will change, and it's just important that you feel heard at some point, and that there is someone in life, and whether that is a completely weird random person on the internet. For the longest time, I neglected that, and I was like, you know, what the heck is that even? But I learned, and it's not about me. It's not really about me at all. It's really about the fact that you have someone, and it doesn't matter if that is helping you. No one should stop you from taking this as your aid, as your inspiration, as whatever it is for you. Honestly, it doesn't matter as long as it's making you feel good and feel welcome and feel heard. And again, for the longest time, I did not really think about that this way. I also personally still don't feel important at all, which because I am not. But you know, you get the point. It's for me personally just such a random thing in all these years, but I grew to understand that this is a bit more valuable than I thought before. And yeah, I do hope that this today, chilling here with that lovely little music in the background, helps you in whatever situation you're in. And I mean, obviously I hope you're in a good situation, and if not, you will be. Trust me, eventually you will be. I know, and this is the worst thing you want to hear in that situation anyways, but it is the way it is. It's gonna be different. Okay, I'm going to do something over here, which I have no clue if that's gonna work, but something in my head tells me that it may work. So if we can scale that, we can't. God, Frontier, fix the scaling. I need more scaling on all these pieces. Like, seriously. There are so many great pieces in the game that I would love to use as smaller pieces, but they're not. Like all of these kind of balcony pieces would have been great. That would have been great. And you end up using always the same hack pieces. I mean, I could use the mod too much scaling, in case you were wondering. I will not, and I'm gonna tell you why. Simply because my fear of it being not removed but being changed in the future, or if you don't have the mod, then pieces may actually switch back in their original position. I mean, the mod works, I tested it, and it stays in that scaled position, but as soon as you want to scale these pieces again, with the original game, they flip back into the next lowest or biggest scaling position. I'm just wondering why they limited this, if that has any effect on the performance. I think in extended testing with the too much scaling mod, I think it was found out that nothing actually changes about the performance, so I'm just wondering why. Okay, I don't even find anything in here, so I'm gonna use wood then instead. I'm also not sure how long this video is gonna be, guys. I'm just going to record, and we're going to see where this is going. Maybe I'm recording in 2 goes, and you will potentially not notice because that's gonna be 1 go for you. But it definitely is gonna be over an hour. It's definitely going to be close to 2 hours. That is for certain. But I have no idea if it's going to be more than that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use this one. It's going to be fancy. This is going to be fantastic. So let's see if we can just about scale this. Okay, can I scale this smaller than that? No, I need something smaller. I was about to use that, so I'm going to use you instead. Or you? I guess I'm gonna go with this one, and I'm gonna. But this is gonna look odd if I add this. No, I'm gonna use this one then instead, and I'm gonna scale this one down, and we're going to align this properly with this piece. Is it so? Huh. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this here. I'm gonna use it in a 45-degree angle, because that's gonna look the best, I guess. So if we flip that in like this, then that should be a good thing. And then we're gonna bring this over exactly like here. And I also have to find something that we do in the middle, but I'll eventually find this. So let's just bring this thing in. And then we have that one So 66, let's make it 67. And then it's a tiny bit bigger so we don't have the kind of texture fighting. That should look good, and these things stick in nicely. What I could do is sink them a little bit further down. Yeah, there you go. So they do connect with those side pillar thingies over here. I think that looks the best way we have it. And then let me just grab that one and adjust the coloration to a bit darker. I think I like that. I think I like that. And this one goes the same, but a bit more greenish. There you have it. Yeah, from the water. It's kind of weathered from the water, you know. All right, so let's grab that thingy in the middle. And I'm just hoping that this is gonna work. All right, so we gotta figure out which angle we're gonna use this with. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one's too much, and let's get rid of it. So what we're gonna do is, so that is the first angle. Oh, we're almost there. So 15. So we'll go to 11. Hold on. 15. Let's go back, and then let's go 11.25. Is that already? Ooh, me likey. Hold on, that is sweet. Okay, I'll take that. There's like a little tiny bubbly bit of overlap here. I am willing to find out if we can fix this. Nah. What's happening if I delete both? And then I'm wondering if... Wait, hold on. I'm just going to do 2. There you go. I'm going to fix this real quick. So if I do that, and then we've got... Hold on. So 11 point... This means the half of that would be 5 point... yeah, well, something like 5.6-ish. So that's that. So if I go... hold on. If I go that way, and then this individual piece can be this middle piece, and just gonna move this exactly here. So that would be then the perfect kind of connection piece. Lovely. Look, that is sweet. And then down here, I think this is just the tiniest of overlaps you can have, right? And the question is that... oh, we can actually scale this down. Hold on. Is this working? Okay, so maybe we gotta go with 35. All right, hold on. And I'm gonna do this as well to you to see what happens here. Okay, it still creates that weird little overlap here, right? A tiniest overlap. Let's go with 33 then instead. Or 32 maybe. We can still go bigger. And then let's... oops. Yeah. 32. 32. It's much better. I think I'm gonna go with 32. And then this doesn't matter in the middle, to be honest. We could put like a wooden stick in here if we wanted to. You know, I think I want to. I think I want to put a wooden stick there. Why not? Hold on. We're gonna. This is not a stick, my friends. But we could still use that one. And then adjust that to the color. Can we get this a bit more? Yeah, we can. Look, sweet. And also rotate about 5 degrees. There you have it. And then stick that in this center here. Awesome. Bring that down. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look amazing. The only thing is, how do we... this is because of... okay. So there is the issue because these things don't have the same... I'm wondering, like, you know what? Can we have... the thing is, I would need some... oh my god. This is big, gigantic wood. Oh, we can. Well, we can. Look at that. We can have this one. I think what looked really cool is if we get this dark and then somewhat... yeah, okay, this is not... yeah, we gotta get this somewhat like so. And then... oh, this is like the German O Tannenbaum. I'm not sure if that's a song that you do have in English as well, but I love that. Okay. Do we want to have this all the way up here? I think we want. And then we also want to make the color a little bit more colorful again. So we have that transition into water. I think that all around looks good. Okay, so let's get rid of all that crap here around what we don't need. So that is awesome. We've got that like little piece, and we can just get rid of all of you guys. We don't need you. By the way, this is if you haven't seen my circle tutorial, that was just the perfect tutorial of circular building to make perfect circles in Planet Coaster 2, or actually also in Planet Zoo, because it works the exact same way. So I'm gonna bring this back to 11.25, and now if I did the math correctly, it should now create, oh, look at that, wonderful. And we should actually get the absolute perfect circle here. Man, I'm loving this. And fixie fix, yeehaw! Look at that, that looks fantastic. That looks really, really damn cool. Yeah, that's so cool. That also suits the whole area so nicely. Yes, I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to put on here, but oh wait, hold on. I'm going to leave that little bit in the middle. I feel like this could be good. Okay, cool. Now let's get rid of... Oops, that was a little too much. I think these three need to go. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. Whoops. Come on, keep on going. I need to delete all of you, and I'm going to delete you guys. And then I'm going to switch this one in. Wait, there we have it. And then the same goes for you. Let's see how far I can pull that out before it's starting to get... Oh, that's better than I thought. And then, you know, just to keep that a little more simple, let's see if we can bring this one over here. We can, which is good. Is that thinking out to the side? Yes, it is sticking out to the side. This is not what I want. Let's just not do that with the angle snap, and then just bring that over. I want this to be like as if this is coming out of this piece a little. So maybe we can adjust that somewhat like this. Yeah. Also, if you're watching this and you will go for dinner, I absolutely must know what you guys will have for dinner tonight. We have to exchange all the different kind of dinner recipes from all across the world. That is something I do absolutely want to know. You know, it's like also in Germany, there's like a very classic German Christmas food, which is basically just sausage with a kind of potato salad kind of thing, warm potato salad. I have no idea if this is like a thing in other countries anyways, but it's like a super German thing, super common here in Germany, and many people do this. We don't. My grandma used to do that, but as she is now enjoying her time deservedly in heaven, after a very long and very beautiful and good life, I should say. My grandma, she died 2 years ago, I guess. Or is it 3 years ago already? Hold on, my kid is going to turn 5. No, it's actually already 3 years ago. That's a very sad thing to say. But she's spending good time with our doggo, who also died 2 years ago. So it's not like I'm not feeling bad at all, because she was so fortunate to live a life. She turned 94 years old, which is crazy. So yeah, not too many bad feelings, and I'm very well aware that she's still looking at us and enjoying what we are doing, and I still love her to I don't know, I can't even tell. She's my idol in so many things. My grandma is ridiculous. She lived through so much crap. You gotta say it the way it is. She lost her dad in the Second World War. She lost... No, actually, that's not true. Her dad later, but her brothers in the Second World War. She lost her dad a little later, and she lost her husband when my mom was 17. So also my mom lost her dad at the age of 17. So... quite a lot of things. Then she saw both of her daughters, leave their husbands as well, and many other things in her life. And she still was the definition of optimism and, well, everything you can imagine for a well-received person that you just want to spend time with. She could be snarky. She could be like difficult for other people, I guess, but as like a person and also as a grandma, oh my god, she was the absolute most wonderful person in the world. And I love talking about her. I love talking about her because she genuinely changed my life in a way, in the most positive way. We've spent so much time there as a kid, and also I'm beyond happy that my little one was able to get to know her. At least if it was just for a couple of months. Actually, she was the first birthday. We still have pictures of my grandma being at this birthday together with her, and this makes me not only proud. It just genuinely fills my heart every single time I think about it. I mean, the little one can't really think of it. She cannot remember, which is just natural. But, oh my god, do you hear that, by the way? My throat is a little... No, anyways. Yeah, it's just so fundamentally important that I had that. So, just drank a bit to stop my throat doing these weird little things. Yeah, what shall I say, guys? Whenever I think about her, it just... And this, I think this is the most beautiful present, gift in the world. Not present, gift it is. It's like a gift that you are able to spend so much time with a beloved person and just have her in your life. And then at some time, unfortunately, there is time to let loose and to just let that person go. It is very hard, especially the concept of death is very hard to grasp. Just like, you know, understanding and perceiving and really understanding there are like different things, and it's always hard to let someone go you love so much. But it's even harder if this person still played a vital role in your life, which, to be fully honest, my grandma didn't anymore. I mean, again, 94 years old. She was all, like, the good thing is, she was fancy? What? Hold on, fence. She was fancy, yes. She was still pretty much all good in her head and so on. It's like that was also one of the things I'm so incredibly happy for her, that she never had to kind of, I don't know, you didn't see her in a situation where you had the feeling it's not her anymore. So until the very end, she was absolutely clear about what everything, and yeah, that makes me extremely happy, to be honest, thinking of that and just knowing that it was this way. Shall we make this golden? I guess golden. And after that, we're gonna talk about more happy topics as well. It's not sad, like, it's not, wait, for me, it's a happy topic. It's weird to say, but knowing that she had such a beautiful life, it makes me happy. I've got to say it the way it is. I'm just being fully honest here. Okay, so, is that aligned properly? Yes, it is. Do we keep that this bright? I think not. I think I want to go with a very dark one instead. Can we have this, like, super dark? Yes. This is the darkest we can get. Anyways, it's fine. And with, like, a golden... Maybe we want to make that a little bit more. Dark golden, bright golden. I am not certain here. Huh. Something like this tells me could be good. Let's test it this way. I love the way, by the way, how you can see the, how's it called again? The global illumination, like with the bump lights and ray tracing in action. By the way, in case you're wondering, and you already get yourself immersed in this one, I'm going to show you how the colors look in a bit, without being adjusted by... Hold on, can we just go 5 degrees then? So I can at least have... There you have it. So, is that adjusted down here? It's not really, is it? Look, hold on. I'm gonna lock this in here, and then... Okay, I gotta figure out a way to merge these things down here. But what I wanted to show you is, like, if you go in here, you can see I did this, but you can also turn the other one on. Look at the difference in the coloration. It's so crazy. Also, hold on, sun color, I didn't change that one. You can also go down here. I have 110 is normally the value I go for. It's not as sharp, but there you have it. It's like a massive difference also in the strength of the sun. It's kind of crazy. You can see that even better if you're in here, like, look at that. I mean, you could say for like a summer day, this could even be the better setting that the original Planko has, but specifically when it goes with the greens of the trees, yeah, there's no question asked. I'm gonna still go with this one. So, what I wanted to do real quick is I wanted to rotate these things and then see if that makes a bit of a difference here. And then I'm gonna rotate this one and also rotate this around like so. The reason for this is to make it not too repetitive, I guess, is what I want to do. Wait, hold on, that's sticking out then. No, I can't really do this. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that little repetitiveness by sticking some other things in and later on. It's not really quite the rotation we need. It's like if I... That does not work, right? It's not working. So if I do it this way, obviously we would fill that in for a bit. It's not what I wanted to do. No, 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 no. We're gonna go more detailed on that one. So hold on. 2 ticks means 10 degrees, right? Is 2 ticks enough? No. So if I got 3 ticks is too much? No, it's fine. 3 ticks is fine. So it's 15 degrees. I could have done this with 15 degrees as well. So let's go to 15 degrees then. Hold on. Just this here. And then see if 15 degrees is correct. Yeah, 15 degrees is gonna be the angle. But that's fine. I can absolutely deal with this. So hold on, let's put that in here. Look at this. We're getting there, my friends. We're getting there. All right. And then just one more time or 2 more times? Actually, 2 more times. Okay, fine. So this is good. By the way, in case you're wondering, what the heck is this guy doing? Why are we building so many like weird walls? Well, because I want to make this area, first of all, kind of connected. I wanted to make sure that I know where everything sits. Yeah, I'm digging that one. That is looking fire. Okay, cool. No, I love that. So this is something really cool, and we can then also put like a gazebo in here. So what I'm willing to do real quick is I'm going to just make that like so. Smoothie this out a little. Can we fill that corner in? Let's fill that corner in. Just gonna edit this. Whee! Just gonna bring this in here. There you have it. That's an easy task. And I'm bring that one over. There you have that one, and whee! Go in there. Nice. Okay, fine. While I'm at it, let's see. Pine is there. I want to have like 1 Scots pine somewhere in here as well. It can be a bit smaller. There you have it. Is that like... Oh, that's fine. That's actually sitting. Wait, no, it's not. It's not. Let's bring it over. There it is. Good. And then it's not pine what I wanted to have. Hold on. I gotta go to trees. Because we do have... What are they called? Like we've got the Christmas tree. It's like a Christmas tree. But I don't want to have this one. We're gonna put these down later. But I wanted to go for spruce. That's what I wanted to have. The spruce tree. A normal kind of spruce tree. I wonder also why... Like... Yeah, well, the trunk is gone. This is almost like the better looking spruce tree. Uh-huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, fine. But okay, do we also have like a different spruce tree? We've got a large... This one almost looks better. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. So this is definitely gonna be sitting in here. I'm wondering if I need this platform here. This is like where the little coaster goes through. And I'm really questioning myself if... Oh, hold on. What's happening over here? That's looking a bit odd, isn't it? Ooh, okay. I guess I need to hide that somehow. Let's see if we can move this tree a little over. That looks better. Gee, I need to hide this from the... Like, from the inside, that may look good. But from the outside... Can I... Okay, so I go and have to... Okay, well, that should be doable then. That should definitely be doable. I have all these things. Yeah, that's doable. There's like one more, isn't it? Yeah, there's one more. There's one more. Just gonna make sure that we select all of these. Look, that should... Wait, there's another one here. I guess I have all. Do I have all? I mean, we can sink another one in if needed. So I gotta bring this here. And then we gotta find the kind of correct color. Like this one. Whoops. Hey. Hold on. I already had it. So let's just go somewhere. Where is the bluish outline? I don't need this bluish outline. So, oh god. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, that's already better. That's already much better. Even though I forgot one, did I? It's not looking as smooth, right? So let's see if I forgot on that one. Yes, this is one I forgot. Okay. Okay, we can bring you into the same color then. So this one I forgot. There is another one I forgot, most likely. No, it's not that one. It's the other one there. This is that one. And we can just get this one. I'm sorry, I just found this one, so we gotta fix this. We gotta fix this. Look at this noise. Okay, so and there's one more missing. Should be that one, right? Yeah, that's this one. Okay, well, it doesn't matter if it's sticking out there or not, so we can do it this way. And this lower one is fine. Okay, so now the question is, are these, like if I go, is there anything beyond that? Or is this just 12 pieces? Holy heck, no, I didn't mean to do. Okay, so let's do this strategically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That doesn't work. I'm missing one. There's one there. 22. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. And another one goes into... Yeah, there you have it. Right. Fixed it. Yeah, that's much better looking. It's not exactly the same yellow, but it's for the moment, that's fine enough. Okay. All right. So I was about to put some trees down, right? I was stopped putting some trees down. So here you go. You go here too. I never thought I would put a spruce tree in there, but like this is, what is that? A large European large tree. Okay, well, okay, fine, I guess. Cypress tree is not the one, even though the cypress looks more like a spruce than a spruce. Weird. Do we have anything else like a Christmas tree over here? No, we don't. We just have like this spoopy tree, which is not fitting in quite nicely. So this is a bit of a sad story, but we still need you guys in here too. So we gotta have to be a bit more brave on trees here anyways. I always tend to forget that, but we need to be more... Oops. No. This is something I need to get... Ooh, wait, hold on. There's stuff down there I don't want to delete. Okay, fine. And then we can also have this tree as it's a bit more bushy. We can have a bit more bushy tree here. I want people not to see like too much behind that. I want to make this a bit more cozy, you know. And cozy means that we also gotta do a bit more bushy stuff. So that means we can also sink certain things into the ground if needed. Yeah, so look at that. Fine. And then another one. No, this is the willow. I like the willow trees quite a lot in this game. Specifically that big one, even though I must admit this one is a tad too big. So this is why I'm going to just bring this one over down here. That looks good. So it has this little overhang here. And you may actually go in here and become a bit bigger. Wait, hold on. Sinking trees in is a good idea, but not if you have a dark ride down here, right? Hold on. I just gotta double check if there's anything sticking in here. Woo! Not really. Can't see one of those. Oh god, I still need to work on this dark ride. It's still not... My brother also reminded me of the fact that there's a lot of detail lacking, which is true. There is a lot of detail lacking still. So that's got to be fixed eventually. But yeah, look, this is already turning out nicely. It's looking much better. So what I was about to do is put one in here as well. But this one has to be smaller then. It can be overhanging quite a little. It's fine. You know, just making sure there is a bit more like this. Oh, look at that. It's starting to look so good. Cool. This boulder is a good color for us here. So let's just get this boulder in a bit more often. Same goes especially over here, because I need to... Yeah, also this looks too repetitive, and I'm gonna break with this mood in a bit. Look, this is already the darkest you can get these things to, and then these boulders look way too dark in comparison. But they're not, like, they're a good color. They have a good color, honestly. Let's mix some other stuff in. Yeah, no, they don't really look good. Is that like a... Tropical. Are these the tropical rocks? No, custom boulder. But why do the tropical ones fit so well in here? I mean, I don't mind. I'm gonna put them in, but they look as if they were born for that. I like this texture specifically over there. So I'm just willing to bring this texture in. Look, this is something I like to do quite a lot more often. Oops. Okay, well, I can't rotate this too much, but this This texture looks good. Do we have like another nice texture? Yeah, that one is also pretty nice. Let's use this texture then for like a ground here. Ooh, like that. So this is something like how I approach certain areas. Like sometimes I just like the texture of things, and then I'm like, you know, why not use that? Why not use the fact you're liking it? So let's just it's just like even darker. No, it's fine. Let's just make it this a bit more rocky here, and then eventually I'm gonna put some strong kind of stuff in here. And here maybe. There. Oh, look at that. That was so good that I couldn't even see where I needed to put this. Gotta put this here. Yeah, there you have it. Okay, so now we can put some bushes in there. Oh my god, I'm gonna shout at this one. Do I have it without? Yes. Also, I could use that one just and then make it green. Because I like this a bit more. Ah, we can also just like, can I get a bit more dark green in? As if this gets a bit more texture. Oh, you don't really see, like it doesn't matter. I can make this dark, but it, you know, it just. I like that. I like that. It's fine. Like whoosh. Ooh, I was shouting parry again at this. We can also like. I'm like so split on the foliage in this game, guys. So to a certain degree, I love it because they have done some amazing looking things in here. Like some of the plants look freaking fantastic, and some others look odd. And I can't really say what looks odd about them specifically. I don't know. So for example, I can show you. This tree over here is one of my favorite ones. The Aleppo pine tree looks awful in Planet Zoo, and it looks great and gorgeous in here. Also the bark and so on looks all good. It looks horrible in Planet Zoo. But then there is my friend the oak tree. Gosh, the oak tree in this game. Like if you go close up, I kind of know what they wanted to do with it. But if you zoom out, because of the LODs, it just looks bad. I don't know why. It just looks bad if you compare that. But if you then, my favorite tree in the game is the European ash tree. This one looks fire. This one looks absolutely incredible. Also from below, it's like bushy. It's nice. It's sharp. I don't know. Again, I can't really tell you what exactly it is and why. But the only thing I know is it does look fantastic, right? So, yeah, that's why. Gonna make this smaller here. I want to have it somewhere over here. I'm not sure where. Maybe you come over. Yeah, I think you need to be at the plaza. You need to be at the plaza. That's where you gotta be. That's where you gotta be. I also need to put you quite a little bit more upwards to not go. Okay, there's some space in between. That's fine. There's actually quite some space in between. I didn't think that, but let's make that one smaller as well. Nice. So that's good. What I was also about to do is to change this a little bit. So we could use the round ring. Oh, since when do we get the preview of that? It doesn't matter. I like this preview and I'm taking it. Ooh. That's some fancy work. Okay, oops. Why is it? Okay, I'm clicking on whatever I needed to click here. There you go. I'm gonna make this all soil looking. There you have it. The soil. Also, some of the textures look amazing. It's just like the soil texture looks really cool. But some other things don't. So I don't know. So I'm gonna go with moss decals. I need to use my moss little decal trick over here, which we're going to use. And in this case, I need to be aligning that with the surface again. Whoops. Where's my moss piece? There you have it. Let's see if we can just somehow find the same kind of color. That is very close. Awesome. And the other one, I think the other one needs to be a bit more to the reddish or yellowish. Oh, looks almost like as if the yellow is better over here. Okay, well, let's do it that way. And then let's copy this thing. Hold on. So align to surfaces on, and it's still doing fancy wiggle stuff like this. Why? Hello? Okay. You mad at me? What's going on? I think I'm gonna use the other piece then. Why are you overlapping in such a weird odd way? Oh, that is why I didn't see that coming. Well, don't mind me using then the advanced move to my favor. I can't sing, but I don't care. You sit through with me now. I will have to sing a bit more until this song is gone. Okay. So in sunlight, that works. In the shadow, it doesn't. It's way too dark in comparison. But I wanted to keep on doing this. Let's see if I can adjust this color a little bit more in the shadow. Woo! I'm also wondering why this is, but it's let's just say, whoops, no, just move over. Okay, I think it's going to work nicely if I just make that a little bigger. I think the way why it's not transitioning nicely enough is because of it's not that it's kind of too sharp of an edge, but it's okay. So this is pretty nice as for in a planter. I like that. This will also give a nice little snow effect to when it's done. And yeah, we could also open this gate by now. Never did this before, so can we just move the whole thing over and then there? You know what I'm willing to do? Is this a? Yes, it is. This is the townhouse brick wall. We most certainly do have this as a, yeah, we have. Okay. So this is the townhouse brick wall, and I'm assuming that is looking a bajillion times better if I do it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly build the exit here out of this one. All right, so let's get this color locked in. Color 1 goes in there. Boom. Confirm that. And color 2, copy. I mean, I know I could just like literally go over and then copy the other one in here, but hey, hold on. Enter that one. Sweet. So it's the same kind of color, and it just really looks nicer. That looks a lot nicer. What about this piece? Can I move this piece? I can. So just you not sticking out all the time anymore. I'm wondering what I'm going to do with this area though. I think this is going to receive like a nice little gazebo where you can buy something. And what I obviously will do is this is going to be a little bit of a trick I'm trying to do now, and I'm assuming it should work. We will obviously turn this entire thing into like a souvenir shop, so they all will go to all these kind of market stalls, but I'm not entirely sure how this is going to end up looking, but yeah. So this thing, this flicker over here goes really, that is annoying. Yeah, there you have it. Okay. So I'm assuming that if I do build a little pathway over here. So first things first. I think first things first is making sure that this goes around the corner. I think I'm going to stretch this out a little bit more to not... Oh, hold on. First of all, try what happens now. Okay, that's good. Nothing really major happens. And it's a nice connection. We can sync these things a little bit nicer down. And we can... I think... Yeah, well, I didn't expect this to be that nice. So eventually this is going to look good. Okay, so this is cool. And then we're going to sync these ones down a fair bit. And then, yeah, there you go. Oh, that looks good. Okay. That little tree goes a little bit to the side. There we go. And what kind of wall do we put in here? You know what? The town hall wall looked really fancy, and I'm going to use that one again. But we're going to make this one relatively big, so we have a bit of a bigger brick going on. I think that's going to help also with the differentiation from the other house there. And I'm also going to make this a bit of a different tone, even though I like this tone. This color tone is not really bad at all. It's a really nice tone though. Just gonna sink that in a bit, but I still want to go a bit more with red, like typical red kind of brick color. Yeah, there you go. That looks nice. That looks nice. And I'm going to just split that from the building. There you have it. And then bring that around the corner here. You know, that's fine. Doo-doom, doo-doo. Oh, now it's getting super cozy. Shall I adjust my voice to like this cozy little song? Hopefully you guys got yourself a good drink. I think at some point I need to make a little break and get myself another drink, another cup of tea here. Oh, it's so good. Just gonna move this over. There you have it. The wall just ends over here. Just bring that in. Okay, so 1 and 2, and you're gonna bring them up and down. So also to stop the annoying flicker of the texture there. Should have no further flicker. This is the flicker we're gonna fix here as well. Same goes for you. Up and down you go. Just fix that flicker. Oh, look at that. Awesome. There's also, hopefully, free build is coming back soon. Basically, free build has the flicker fix, if I like to call that, which is basically a little trick where you just select all the pieces that have the texture fighting, and then what it does is it just kind of ever so slightly moves them one tick, which then ends up being exactly what you need to make sure that this is no, you know, no texture fighting anymore, and it almost looks seamless, so that is pretty cool. So speaking of seamless, what I want to do is I want to just grab those things and bring... Hold on. Okay, it did work. I was a bit confused for a moment why it does not connect over there, but it does. So what I would need to do I go for the same kind of railing? Like, looking at these things in daylight, they absolutely don't look the way I want them to look, so I'm going to just see if I find a color scheme that I'm a bit more happy with. Oops. Now you get like a real-time experience of me building. Like, as I said, it's never straightforward. It's always a little bit on the weird kind of side of things, because I always want to make it right and just find the right... Oh, wait, we didn't fix that one over here. Look. Lock that one in. And while we're at it, we also can bring them down, because that is needed down here as well. So there you have it. So that is a good railing. That's a good railing. That's a very good railing. I'm going to do the same here too, but first of all, need to adjust the color on these ones. So this is mostly like how I do go about things when I build. And I again, it's never straightforward. It's always like fixing things along the way, and when I see them, and I don't know, sometimes changing these things. And this is why also sometimes cutting my videos is a lot more hard than it may seem like, because I am changing so much, and I'm also doing so much. Okay, that's a flume support. I need to go for the flume support again. Flume support. So, and also again, I could have just started building like these kind of stalls for the Christmas market, but again, I tend to not do this too early on, simply because what's that bigger? Is that the okay, that's the thinner one. Okay, there's the German Tannenbaum again. Just kind of works for the height. I like that. So shall we just bring you somewhere in the center? There you go. Yeah, I like that. Gonna put it like another fence here, and then we've got that low fence on this side. Even though, hold on, just guessed. Here you go. Huh. I think the whole thing needs to move up ever so slightly to make it make sense. Yeah, there you go. That's fine. And what we could do here, and again, this is what I meant earlier, is just like getting a bit of less repetitiveness in. And then we just use a piece like that, and we just rotate this to the other side, and then make that stick out there a bit, so it's not like super nice. And then we can also have you... Oops, go in here as well. Can I make this even bigger? No, that's already the biggest we have. So just go about that. And then we have you go around like so. So it just kind of breaks a little bit, even though I just like the color. Why is it looking as if the color isn't matching? I'm gonna sink that in a bit more. Yeah, that's better. It's better. It's better. It's better. There we have it. That makes the whole thing look a tiny bit less repetitive. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. It can look repetitive on the top. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm quite a big fan of this one. This is the Planet Coaster. It's just a fence, but I'm going to go with this fence. I like my fence idea here. So let's just grab this one, bring this to the middle. It's nice, and then we're gonna make this here. We are going to use this here, and then we're gonna say the we were like the flume support kind of thing, and then just make that one small. Oops, there you have it. This is our fence, isn't it? Right. Just gonna pull that through a little. Awesome. And then, oh, is that all? Ooh, I thought we were. You know what? I'm just gonna split that from the building. I'm too keen on having a simple way of building that. Yeah. Just don't zoom away. So we're gonna do this. Look. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so freaking good. I love this idea of making this in real time today. I hope you guys enjoy, because otherwise it's gonna be a long video of a long fail. So we're gonna just like this, and then get rid of this, and then we're just gonna bring you over here, and then you go in here. Awesome. That's the lengthiest part over here, and then we're just gonna rotate, just gonna bring that in. Nice and squeezy, and then we bring this all over. Kind of stick that out on both sides. Awesome. And then we can just get rid of you guys, and then we're gonna fix this by adjusting this into this one. Yay, there you go. I think that is looking super nice. Oh, it's all coming together now, and I'm willing to... no, we don't have mulch in the game, do we? Mulch, but we do have these planters. There, they have the mulch kind of thing I need. Planter. Planter. With an accent. There is the piece I was about to say. This is the good old modular planter, which is mulch. And we can make the mulch a bit darker. Not too dark. Something like that is good. Yeah. And then we can just bring that in. I'm also wondering if the glue kind of thing from the toy box set could be a kind of nice soil piece as well. Hold on, I'm just going to try that. Just gonna make you a building. Hold on. Yeah, so building, nice. A double click to have the best experience, and then just gonna bring this in. God, this festive music also reminds me of Harry Potter. I want to know now, you know, we are in for an hour now already, or more than an hour. Forgot that the hard drive ran full relatively quickly, but is it also kind of tradition for you guys that there's like always Harry Potter running on TV or on streaming or whatever to the Christmas time? I never really understood why it's such a Christmas movie. I mean, I get it. I kind of get it because of the cozy feeling and so on. But then again, I don't, because like, doesn't it always start in summer and end in summer? Whatever. It might be a bit of an odd thing to think about anyways, but yeah. Let's quickly go into the toy box set. I still don't know how this glue piece kind of stuff is called. Clay. It's not glue, it's clay. Okay, but it's not, is it? I think if I turn that around, and then I'm gonna make this... It looks like it's maybe a little bit too glowy, right? Ah, snap. I thought that could be cool, but I don't think it is. I mean, these blobs are also not usable for that. Is there any other type of... Like, there are some really, really cool decals, but they're not like... This one is also... Wait, hold on. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Just like drawing some soil somewhere. Obviously, the wooden texture is kind of cool for some wooden stuff. We definitely want to use something like this and build something cool. Yeah. No, I don't think that works. Okay, that was just like a little test. I had that in my mind. We could also now say festive. Oops. because there are also some cool pieces. Like this one over here, if you could change the color, would be so cool. There are some really cool ones from when it comes to the lower side. I like the fact that they use this kind of Planet Coaster embossed thing over here. And some of them, like this one, for example, I remember using this texture quite a lot, sticking that somewhere in because it's such a cool texture. But there's also this confetti bonbon kind of thing. This one is also pretty cool as like soil. Now with scaling, you can even get the effect nicer. Look at that. There you have a bit of a nice... Because I remember that this is a... Oops. This is a cool way of getting a bit more weight to your soil. Like the idea is that if you plant something, it's not always super flat, you know. You have like this little bob of earth in here. And then you can use that. You can also use these. Oh, they're like so good textures. This festive set, when I said this is coming back, I was so hyped because the textures in that one, they are so awesome. Like there are so many great pieces. And yet again, Frontier is giving us not the option of many pieces to scale them fancy much. Like this one, for example, only has a 50 to 300 again. And why can we not like recolor? Like why? Flexicolor is such a nice thing, but we deserve, Frontier, we deserve. So why don't you? Like, there are so many great textures I would love to abuse in many weird ways. And you're not willing to give. Like, you're not willing. Like, look at this awesome texture over here. Look, this would be such a cool soil piece. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna use all these Christmas pieces later, but what I wanted to really do is, like, put a bush in. That's all I wanted to do. Put a bush in. Let's go. There's a nice looking bush in here. I'm not sure if that one. Yeah, this is a nice one. This is not a nice one. This is the rhododendron, which is super European as well. But yeah, I think I'm going with this for once here. So like put this in the blob of earth here. There we have that. And then like the reason why I'm not using this so nicely is because like look at the LODs. This is almost like a magic. That's the most weeping willow of weeping willows. I'm not using that. I'm using the rose bush then again. Because that one, that's also reminding me of a sheet code, Rosebud, but then that's a different game, okay? You know, you heard me. It's a different game. Why is that giving me red as an option? That's a flowerless. That makes no sense. But you can also use these like with flowers don't make sense in winter, but in summer that looks cool. So I'm willing to give this a green color just to because I like this idea of having a bit of flowers in. We can recolor that in summer. But yeah, there you have it. Oh man, so good. Okay, we're almost done with the prep work. We just need some stones in here. So just some boulders. Boulders. Hold on, just bring that in. Right, look at that. Ooh, and rotate to have that wonderful texture there. Yeah, I'm liking that. So now what we do need to do then is the texture around needs to be a bit more adjusted. There you have it. A bit of soil goes below there, and just like so, it all starts to look as intended. Ooh, that's already quite a change. It's quite a dramatic change already. I'm using the periwinkle now. Periwinkle, there you have it. To get this to the full experience in here. I'm also wondering what we could do here with the bottom part. There needs to be some more stuff. It's not looking quite as I want it to have now. So let's go first of all and put some soil down here. And I just feel like this looks better. So just mix some soil in and some rock. Just mix it a little bit. Oh, that's actually pretty dark over here with the stones, right? You don't really get it as dark as these. Are these the full rock ones? Yeah, these are the custom rock ones. Awesome. So we can adjust them, hopefully, to the coloration. Hold on, there you have it. And now, let's see. Can we just... I'm wondering what kind of color that is. It's just too bright, isn't it? That's somewhat like the color, I guess. And what happens if I do the same? Oh yeah, that's the brighter one. Let's see. It's a very, I think it's way more reddish. Yeah, that's definitely more the color the vibe I'm getting. Yeah. somewhat like this is fine. This is definitely more adjusted. What I would need is a lot more like small pebbles. And I guess, do we have eggs in the game? Egg? What the heck is this? Giant spider. Are they glowing? I have a weird, odd feeling they're glowing. Because otherwise I could do some shenanigans with them. But yeah, no, I don't. Again, clay maybe? Clay is rock? That could work. It's too shiny. It's too shiny though. It's too shiny. Rock is rock. Rock is rock. Rocky rock. You know what I'm gonna do? I usually don't, but I'm gonna go to random rotation and then I'm going to random scale, but I'm gonna go 25 to 30. I'm not willing to have more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say adjust to terrain. Hold on. I'm just going to do this. And then, that's my good old trick, my good old Planet Zoo trick. Get this into a group. Okay, I may adjust the size a little more. Let's say to 40% is fine. Okay, and now, there you have it. What you gotta do is, this is like a good old Planet Zoo trick. Just like spam these things. I mean, you could also create a, hold on, wait. You could create a brush with this. But the problem is with brush, I'm going to show you what the problem is with brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spam all these things across here, across the ground, and also like into the periwinkle. This is actually pretty important that you do that. So just like everywhere over here. It goes nicely in. So that is pretty damn cool. Nice. Let's bring him over here. Get him maybe a bit less over there. So what you could do then is you could also go in and say, okay, we are going to go to 40 to 60. And then we can bring in some bigger ones eventually here and there. I think that's I still like this technique quite a lot. Just bring them in here. You could also put them below water, by the way, to get some detail below the ground. You can actually spam them everywhere if you want to, which I eventually will do. Because it works. This technique works. It works pretty well. So, and don't worry if it's looking weird at the moment, because we're making it look good. So here you go. It's a building. Now you can select them all and sink it all in quite a bit, so that some of them will disappear. Hey, you have it. It's so good, because some of them, as you have the random scale and random size, some of them will disappear, but it's gonna make the whole area look so much more natural. Sometimes you gotta go in though, and specifically in these kind of steep areas like that, you're just gonna move them in a bit more like this, if you don't want to have them stick out all the time. Look at that! But that looks a lot more natural. That's looking really good. Okay, cool. Just wanted to fix that for a moment. Speaking of fixing, let's actually do... I don't know why I did not finish, but... oh wait, I've got random scaling. Yeah, no. Let's do this off and off. There you have it. Okay, now we can keep on working here properly. Do we want to have this at the same height? Do we want to have it close as this? No, okay. So, look at that. This looks good. This looks good. Somewhat aligned with this one. Yay. And then what we can do, we can then get this higher up here as well. Okay, I think I'm going to make one specific design choice over here. And this is, first of all, bringing this one to the correct position. And center that one. Nice. And then it's, first of all, we're going to fix this issue there later. In a sec, I guess. We can have a nice fix here too. Wait, hold on. Just going to make it this way. I think, yeah, that's nice. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is relatively simple. It's gonna move this one center here and then get rid of this one. Fine. That's a pity. I guess I need something in the corner, right? And of course, it's gonna stick out the whole way. Whoops. Oh, look at this. Awesome. Okay, so the design decision over here, pretty simple. Just gonna do this. I'm gonna get rid of these. Just having one here is fine. Yeah, that just does the trick. Look! That's so cool. We are almost done with this area, and then we can finally start putting gazebos and little stalls in. Oh, lovely. We are almost one and a half hours in. Honestly, I'm faster than I thought I was. I never say that, but I am. So, wait, it's not in fence. Is that balcony, right? Balcony. Yes, it is. I'm willing to use the balcony trim, but oh, wait, hold on. But the fairy tale should have the trims I'm looking for. So this is also obviously a good fence we have, but I'm looking for the... Where are those stucco kind of thingies? I remember you were in here. How you called? Oh no. It's gonna call them stone then. They will be in here. What is this button doing, by the way? Just pressing it just randomly. Also, let's see. Hard drive still doing good. Oh my god, this is gonna be a hilariously big recording. I have already ordered a new hard drive, a giant one, simply because there it is. Stone railing. That is the one I was looking for. Man, stone railing it was. Okay, now we are talking. I ordered a new one because boy oh boy am I having trouble with recordings at the moment. Like, my hard drive is constantly full, specifically also because of these wonderful, how they're called again? Supercards. The supercards make it super hard indeed to maintain a somewhat clean hard drive. And then also, like, I'm not willing, honestly, to every single day delete all that kind of stuff. I'm too lazy to that, honestly. Why must this always be a thing? Like, I don't want to do this all the time. I just want to play and record and do my fair bit, you know. Yeah. Annoying bits. Anyways. Look, that's fairly nicely aligning. Oh, there you go. Come on. Yeah, there you go. I like that. I also like the... Oh, look at the views. I also like these different kind of textures. What I don't like is this bit over here that we can see. Let's kind of grab some stones. It's basically a rock I'm looking for. That's the one I was looking for. There's also like a flatter version, isn't it? There you go, that's the one I was looking for, because I needed it. So you go here and I go there. It's not sticking in through this. Oh, it is. Bam. Okay, so let's bring that over until it's disappearing here. Awesome. Is there like a straight side? It's not really, is it? And that is not meant gender-wise. Oh, sorry, my brain. My brain! It's also kind of late for me now. But it doesn't matter. I want to bring this for you. I want to get rid also of this shiny, crazy thingy here. Also, on the topic of Harry Potter, I don't know, I did not really keep on speaking, right? But on the topic of Harry Potter, guys, I am breaking the news to you that I am a fan of the series. I haven't even seen it yet, apparently, because it's not even available. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm not a fan of the movies, and that's why I'm a fan of the different series. Like, okay, it's not really true though. I am a fan of the movies in a way, as for the memories and as for the charm, especially the first two have. But then again, and it's kind of crazy. Let's put it, okay, we have the time. We have the time. We sit together. We enjoy our time. You know, I don't need to rush the story. So here's story time. Me, the camel, and Harry Potter. We have a very split relationship, okay? So on the one side, I am obviously, as many people I believe, very connected to it, because the sheer emotion connected to Harry Potter is... And also, by the way, in this discussion, we shall not talk about any political or whatever tendencies that a certain author of this genre may have. I'm just willing to keep about the universe of Harry Potter, full stop, okay? Deal with it or not, but that's what we're doing right now. It's a safe place for everyone. I'm just going to talk about the story, the passion, and that is what we are doing. However, I have my fair bit of a problem with the movies. And again, as I said, it's a bit of an odd one, because I am willing to say that the first movies, specifically the first and second, obviously have the same kind of connection to me as potentially many people will have. They have a kind of emotion, they are connected to childhood, they are connected to start reading and learn reading. Like it's really been, this is the way I learned reading. But how do I put this? The first movie is on its own a decent movie. I am going to say that. It's the way it is. It's a decent movie on its own. It's not particularly great as a movie when it comes to cinematography, you know, the way it's filmed and made and so on. But it has the opener, the benefit of being the opener. It's been the opener to a massive franchise and a very good movie. The second movie toned the whole thing a little more down. It's not as bright and friendly and so on anymore, but still very cozy and warm. Second movie, kids are still relatively small, all good. The third movie is the weirdest of them all, because the third movie is so good that it even belongs in my top 10 list of all time movies, at least for me personally. The third movie was for me personally, oh my god, if this series is gonna go this direction, this may be the best ever kind of movie book translation ever. So I was beyond hyped. That was freaking awesome. But then they decided to not continue with the brilliant maker of the third one, which is Alfonso Cuarón, who did a incredible job when it comes to realizing this movie. And I was beyond annoyed if the next one was done by... Was it David Yates already? I think it's been David Yates. He's not in particular a bad director or anything. But I knew that we wouldn't be in maybe for the bestest possible things. And I should be correct. At least in my opinion. It's a bit of a... Yeah, as I said, it's a bit of an annoying thing. I wish I had better news, so to say. I think this is I guess the best depiction of it. So that's what this is what I felt. At least we get the movies, I guess that's part of it. That doesn't look good. Let's just type in awning and see what we can get here as well. There's some cool bits in here. Sorcery shop awning. That one is good. That one's also... I'm not entirely sure how I want to make this entrance. I never really thought about this entrance, to be honest. But I think this awning is fitting quite well. Making it fit in here is gonna be a challenge. I'm gonna make that smaller. And then bring this forward, and then we could have some pillars in here. Anyways, but yeah, to finish that off, the third movie, as I said, has been one of my favorite movies of all time. Full stop, honestly. Really great one. And then, yeah, the next ones have been, in my opinion, mostly awful. I know that some people like specifically the 6th one, but if you ask me, mostly because the 6th book was really good. So yeah, that should do for the moment with the entrance. I want to have some big doors in here as well, like wooden doors eventually, but this needs to go in line with the stalls we are going to do. So I guess the only thing we're doing first of all is the gazebo in here. I'm willing to do a little gazebo as last thing for me personally today. I'm still going to record for you guys tomorrow. It's gonna be good. I have to find some hard drive space then, but we will do this. Okay, so stone. I could do this with the rotational platform as well. But then I might not get the pillars in correctly. Yeah, let's still do this with the platform though. I can still fix this. So let's have a little look. There you have the platform. Awesome. And then we gotta build on the platform. Let's type in stone first of all, and then we gotta start with stone. And stone will be then our central point, I guess. Okay, are we going to do a custom roof? Boy, oh boy. Am I going to do this? Ooh. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. I'm willing somehow, but then again, I'm not. Let's see. But yeah, so this is, just to finally finish that thing, Harry Potter thing off, this is why I'm looking forward to the series so much. And one thing in particular that made me very curious and also happy to hopefully see that series soon is just like all the spoilers, like all the set designs and stuff that they have already shown. In my opinion, they all look ace. Absolutely gorgeous work. No, hold on. It just looked so damn good, and I'm willing to say that I am very much blown away by the quality of how they just like how they were approaching the book as a source, you know. And I'm very grateful that finally they seem to understand what this book really wanted to do, and the story and the world, you know. And this is why I'm looking forward to this. This is really looking 90s. It's really looking as the intentional storyline was going to go. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it so brutally. Honestly, I'm so much looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the first season. I may change my opinion totally. Like, honestly, if please don't drink any alcohol as soon as I say honestly, because then you will be drunk 10 times during this video. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. It's... Ooh. That's about the best looking moss in the whole game. I need to... Hold on. Viking rock skull. I need a moment, guys. This is in life how my brain functions. I don't tell anyone, but I don't really like the Viking set too much. Like, some of it I do, some others I don't. But wait a second. That is some badass looking moss. Come on. Ooh. Haha. And now we are talking. Damn. That is looking freaking fantastic. Look at the texture. Ooh. Can I just throw that somewhere in here? And it also has this little almost canopy feel to it. That's just ridiculously looking good. It's like some proper moss. Look at that. This looks some really good moss. This looks really like moss. Ooh. You could even use that on the ground here. As like a bit of a nice idea. So like some mossy ground in the middle. Okay, I think I found a new favorite beast, or like at least a decent one. This looks like beyond better than most of the moss in the game. And they're like dedicated moss pieces, so. Why is Frontier sometimes hiding certain gems in pieces that are... Okay, I'm just willing to compare. Wait, hold on. Do we also have like a moss piece that just... No, we don't. Is there anything else in here? I mean, I saw that this was also on the other pieces. Like there's a... Like these have like some bark and stuff on? No. It's that little tiny... Oh my god, look at this one! It's like a little flower. It's like having this little crop grown. I like that. This could be... Yeah, I mean, you could use that like in a planter or so. That could be a nice effect. Okay, no, but there's... Okay, this is that. This is that. Okay, interesting. It's gonna be... This is gonna be our little Easter egg here. Alright. No, I'm gonna leave the moss where it is, but yeah. Okay, so I was going to use the wood, specifically from the toy box set, because these wooden pieces will hopefully be a good part for the roof. But, oh my god, look at all the pieces. This game, like, many people complained about not having enough pieces, but this game delivered after all these updates and so on. And now, see, this is where we are. I have to check that we have the same amount of rotational... yeah, there we have it. Okay, 6 times. I'm already willing to make the gazebo. That was stupid. That was actually stupid. I should have... Okay. Let's do it this way. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to do it in a different way, but it's okay. It's okay now. So, here goes that. Like a perfect centric little gazebo thingy. And then we will obviously make this now. And this is why I said that was stupid. I'm going to put in another wooden piece that will hopefully fix the problem I had with it. I have to calculate then, but yeah, we'll be good about this. Let's see if we can find the proper wood piece first. So here are some of these wooden pieces. Let's see if I can... Are we in? Okay, we are in. Now, let's just make that tiny. And angle snap it in. Can we make this even more small? Yeah, there you go. I was hoping that we'll find a piece that can be made so tiny. And then we just need to... Hopefully... get into the brown. Okay, maybe this is doing it. Okay, so my thought was that we could, and again, I need to think about this as in wait, hold on. Where's the angle? Huh? There you have it. Okay, 15 degrees locked in is definitely not correct. So if I go... So rotational, we are in like, okay, 1, 2, 3, wait, hold on, 3, 6. 6 means 60 degrees, okay. That means we have 60 degrees, so that means divided by 15, we would have 4 ticks. Well, actually, that could work. So that is the one, that's the first tick. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I'm just going to plop this in here. I need to adjust the color. Don't mind me now, but I'm going to adjust this here first of all. And then the color needs to be darker. Somewhat like this is good. And then this is the groundwork. That's fine. And I'm willing to leave that open for a moment. Okay, so 15 degrees goes straight and then goes 15 degrees over here again. I want to meet them in the middle. That should do the trick. And then just somewhat like here. All right, this is nice. So we could give this one more to the middle here. And one more to the middle here. So if I did calculate that correctly, one more tick should already align it pretty much. It will eventually do this, but we will find the middle ground here, I guess. Okay. I'm assuming this is exactly it. So let's just bring one more in here. Oops, there you go. And one more in here. And then the question is, can I bring this already to the table? So that one goes here. I think I'm gonna succeed in my idea I had. And we're gonna bring this, aligning this almost perfect. So yeah, we are almost there. That means I would need to bring those both together, and then why is it not perfectly aligned though? I should have found that. Okay, well, actually what we got to do is, somewhat like this, but then this is the perfect middle part, and I would need to just. Okay, I'm a little bit split. I'm not entirely happy with this. I guess what would look a lot nicer is if I have it rotated like this. So 15 degrees. We could go for a couple of 5 degrees one, but then the roof will be pain. So I'm not going to do this way. I'm going to get rid of these. And then I could try a little bit more rotational piece in here. I think this is what we need to do anyways. And I'm going to use another piece. I'm going to use this one. Can I align this, please, in the center? Oh yeah, no, that works. That works fantastic. It doesn't. It doesn't really work the way I want it to. Anyways, we're going to bring this down. And now let's do this and smaller and bring it outwards. Whoops, rotational, and make it 12. There you have it. That should help me find a perfect solution for this problem I had. So we are going to use this one and bring it all the way to the outside, so that this has a very nice outside here. There you have it. Okay, cool. And the coloration for now is fine. So this means in order to make sure that they are aligned, we are going down to 5 degrees. And then 2 ticks makes it 10 degrees. Nice. And then we do the same here. 1 and 2. And all we gotta do now, I believe, is fill that gap in. Okay, well, should be a 5 degree thing, right? We will always have the issue of one area not being nice and tidy. So this is exactly the thing. Now, what I'm wondering is there a... yeah, it is. Okay, that is going to be our life-saving piece. So I'm going to scale this down to make it fit. Wait, hold on. Why is this? Okay, bring that up. And we're just going to check the... It's actually not really nice what I'm doing over here. It's not perfect. Scale 22. Scale 20. Oh, why? I did it. Why is it not perfect, though? Whatever. We could bring this one in. And then it still isn't perfect, right? It's not a perfect circle here, guys. I need to... I think the problem I have is that I didn't align it to the center here because of the platform being a little annoying. I think the only chance I have is to go to the platform and center it. There we have it. Now it's centered, and now it should do the trick. We shall not go away from that one, though. And here we get it. There we have it. So, awesome. Yeah, well, tilted would be even greater, but it's not. So, this is sweet. We can actually go with the size if we wanted to. And now, what I would need to do is just like find the perfect balance between the pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this 10% rotation. Or shall I use the 11 point? I mean, 30 degrees should be the thing. And we have about 1... Yeah, 10... Actually, it's almost... This may now work. And if now everything is right... Yeah, this time it works. So... It sticks out the exact same amount everywhere. I'm not sure if I could use the small one for that now. But I could also just go and say, you know what? This is as best as we get it. So let's do it. I think that's fine. because this part in the middle will be pain anyway, so, well, that is going to be pain. This is going to be pain. And for now, the only thing to succeed would be to build like a straight piece in the middle, and then keep this one in the middle flat. I think this is exactly what I'm going to do. So I could use these I could go in and say I'm going to make these pieces, and then say instead of 6, make them 12. I think that should help, because I need to just make this one kind of pizza slice over here, and then I'm good to go. This is exactly what I wanted to do, because now as this is go 12, this is 30 degrees in the middle. I can exactly adjust that. And I'm using, the question is, what piece are we using? Is there like a cool marble piece we could use? Like a tiny marble piece maybe? That is way too big. So I can adjust this here, but there are some really cool pieces in the game I want to test out. I think I'm going to use something from the sorcery pack. There are some really awesome metal pieces, and I think I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to use this metal plate. It's going to be interesting how to make that look from the inside. Or maybe it's naturally looking good from the inside. I don't know. Let's use 15 degrees for a moment. So this is going to be the thing. And, you know, if I move this over, you can see there is a bit of a problem. But we can use 2 of them. Then select those 2. And if everything is correct now, as this is 30 degrees, we should be able to just... yeah, 15 degrees might be exactly the center. Yeah, 15 degrees is the center. Now, what you need to do is the same kind of angle, but it's gonna be not as simple as it seems like. So we're going to stick this in here and copy it over and stick this in here. That's gonna be our defining piece. And we can, you know what? No, you know, we're just gonna have this. Let's see if we can make this look really good. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to use this again. Awesome. Right, let's have a look how they look from down below. They're all the same, so we can already rotate them to make sure the pattern is not the same. Specifically on top of those. So it's a bit more varied. And then also, these 2 can ever so slightly go down. Awesome. Alright, now the question is what kind of color we make them. And I guess I'm willing to go with some brownish like this. So we could go up and then try to make sure that they align properly, somewhat like so. And then this would look really cool if the centerpiece is correct, but I'm just willing to, because we can just easily copy paste later on that thing, for like a metal beam or so in the middle. I'm willing to just put it that way. Oh, you know, no, we're gonna put a metal beam on top of it later. So now what we could do is we could just always move it down a little like this, but you will see that eventually we'll get in trouble. But first of all, we can scale them and bring them down. And we do the same again. Bring this down. Scale this up a little. Here you go. And this is how we can now alter the roof from step to step, and then always go smaller until it's in, and then always try to overlap. And now this is what I meant with the trouble. You are, because I wanted to go over the other one every single time, eventually we'll start ending up sticking out of these things, which is for the most part not too much of an issue, because we can later on just like put something else on top, as I said, to cover that up. But as this is relatively early on, I'm using that moment to just select all of those and already move that a little bit down to have it a bit nicer. And then this is the trick, just like, and this is very important, turn off angle snap. And just very, very subtly try to align this a little bit nicer. As you can see, there is a tilt in every single bit of those, but you gotta align this. And then from over here, what you're willing to do is then keep on building this, just smaller. And then every time you go in, just try to overlap ever so slightly. And then just move up again. and then scale down. See, you could do this with the scale down. I'm gonna do this with the scale down, but I think it's gonna look good. But you could obviously also just try to move these things always, you know, and then make the same size and go up. It also works, you know. I prefer this method for now because it's a tad bit faster. But eventually, when you can't make this piece any more smaller, you will need to adjust your technique, which is gonna happen relatively soon. I'm not sure where we are at with the scaling. There's still quite some scaling option in here. That's good. Okay, so again, scale. Still working. True. That's a good piece. It's a good piece we choose for that one. Let's see. It still is scaling down though. That's pretty odd. I did not expect this to happen, but I take that. Let's see. Okay, there you go. This is the smallest we can get. This is the smallest we can get. And now, I'm gonna move this up. And as long as this works, all good. But now you can already tell you need to go up with only 3. You know? And then you can see some of the sides over here. You could do like a nasty little technique and scale that up again. This would be a bit fun, to be honest. I never did this way. It may look a bit janky later on. But it does the trick. So it's definitely not too much of an issue. Wait, did not copy. So let's move it up again. And as long as they don't intersect on top of here, it's all good. You can keep on going with the same sized pieces. So here we go. Still not in trouble. Awesome. And go up. Obviously, here we get in trouble. Now, just one tile maybe does the trick. We could also just do it 2 tiles. And merge them together somehow. And then one last tile goes all the way up. At this point, it felt a bit more like a tutorial. There we have it. Awesome. We made it to the top. Ooh. It's a bit fancy, isn't it? The texture is the yellow. Oh god. Yet another of these LOD pieces. Oh my god, that looks fantastic. I absolutely will keep this. And the best thing is... Wait. Yeah, there you go. The best thing is, we could just copy this thing, make it a little bit smaller, and have that stick out to the middle. Oh, there you go. And then, just because we can... oh wait, hold on. I need to add something that is metal. Wait, and then I'm gonna use something that is like a rod or something like that. Oh, we could, you know what? We could test a gutter. So hold on. Yeah, is that? Wait, where did this end up being? Okay, it's not the same piece. Let's try to. How is this not aligning properly? Good. I think I'm gonna go with okay for the moment. So let's rotate a little bit and then let's see if I scale this all the way up. If it it's gonna stick through here, right? Oh, not quite yet. Well, let's see. Okay, but if I do this super dark, and I would need to do this even bigger, right? So just to overlap. That would look good. Is it sticking through? It's not. Ooh. Wait, what if I do put this lower? Is it sticking through now? Not quite. I could leave it that way and then leave it like open to the top. And just have like a little step in here. That looks quite okay. I liked it with the wood as well though, but like a tiny bit of wood on top would be fun. Yeah, why not? And then you could basically top this off with some of the wooden pieces from the toy box set. There were some really cool... There you go. That one is nice. So, oh my god. Woo! That looks fancy! I did not mean to have that, but... what did we just create? I don't mind. whatever we did over here looks cool. Let's make it a bit smaller. That looks terribly fancy. Can I get this cleaner? Don't mind me, but I'll take that. What? Yeah, okay, well, fine. That's fire. Just... Yeah. Oh my god, that looks good. That looks so gorgeous. Okay, last but not least, we're going to get rid of this thing. And then, oops. So what we can do is just select a couple of those and just adjust the color. There we have it. And then we just select another area here. I'm just going to do this intentionally like this. And then just like randomly pick another one. So at least it has a bit of difference now. God, that... The LODs in this game, it will look so good. Like, with this texture, it would look so good. I just want to have a mode where I'm like, hey, let's fry my graphics card. I don't care. Just give me the maximum LODs for most of it. Okay, for me, it's going to be a little bit of a break, but for you, it's not. But I want to just see this in snow for a moment. And I'm also going to show you a bit of a nice little, there you have it, a nice little effect with the weather PC here. So if we go in that one, we could also adjust the time of day. And that one is pretty cool because we get the option to do also override the sun and moon orientation. And this is freaking awesome. We can even change the sun scene, and especially for taking screenshots. That is going to be such a game changer. Look at that. We can now decide to where we have it. So if I'm like, I want to have it late in the evening to have our little kind of cool evening light, I can then decide where the sun should be. To like, if I want to have, wait, hold on, the sun like all the way here, it's fine. But we can also rotate the whole thing to have the sun from the other direction if we want to see it. Where is it, by the way? There you have it. So we can also bring the whole sun over, but we can also bring the sun, as you can see over here, woo, into a different orientation, and then the sun goes from over here, and you get all these kind of lovely little things to play with. And there you have it. I wanted to bring it all over here to the side and then to behind our building, and then we can change also the longitude if we needed to, and then we can change the time even more so to make it even more evening, and then bring the sun to the position we want to. And now we have the cozy snowy effect from that side. And oh god, look at that. This is looking so fancy. Yeah, it's so good. Now we can bring this whole thing over again and have like our evening mood in here. And then we can also, obviously, when we say, you know what, now we need a bit more red in the whole scene to make it evening, we just bring that in, you know. Ah, so good. And we can say 0.71 again. And we can say sun intensity. Let's bring it down to 50 because it's snowy. There's not so much sun coming through, right? So we can put this down to 50, and then it's looking gorgeous. Wait, hold on. Literally, hold on. But I'm also wondering, like, why the heck is there snow coming through? Are these like metal things not a cover? I mean, it's not too much of an issue, honestly. It's fine. I could, in order to, I believe. Wait, hold on. And just like a little test. But I think a little test would be to just wait. No. Use a canopies maybe. Oh, wait, hold on. What are they even called? So I could use that one and then scale it up so it covers the entire area, right? And then just bring that one. I think I need to use that straight one here. Whee! And then just, I could fake it literally like with a piece like this if I wanted to. I mean, it doesn't look good from the inside anyways, but I think weirdly enough, they are not. Seemed like these pieces not have the best collision everywhere. Like this might be the thing, but yeah. So awesome! That is looking also good. So if we go up here, you can see the little snowy effect here on the decal. I mean, there's not too much snow here because of the tree. I still would love to have the option to say I want even more snow on the ground, honestly. This still looks like a light snow in my opinion. I don't know. It's just... But it looks a lot more fancy if we just hit the first person camera. It's also obviously the change in sun stays also when you go in first one. Guys, do you think it's fair to sit there? I mean, is that like a little bit of a where you set? Oh, look at that. And then there's the coaster. It still is too sunny though. I'm not gonna lie. I still want it to be less sunny when it snows. Like it's still, where's all that sun coming from? It's snowing like hell. But yeah, you can then always go back into the mode. Click it, and then say no. And also no. And then we're back into what we had before. So it's also, wow, so cold and cozy in here. Love it, guys. This is good. Okay, we're gonna go on with the Christmas stalls there, but for me personally, I need to grab a little bit of a snack and a drink, and I'll be back with you building the Christmas stalls now. I mean, we did some really cool stuff already, but now it's time for Glühwein, and which is hot wine, by the way. And yeah, let's do that. So it's about time to go on with the Xmas Market stalls for you guys. A seamless transition for me. Another day, another cup of tea, which is almost empty, by the way. But anyways, we're gonna make our way in here. First of all, gotta get rid of the snowy weather again. Gonna go back to snowy weather in a bit, but just making sure it's all cleared off. As for the time of this video, I'm not able to do it super crazy long. I still want to do the calming thing with you and get this Christmas stall stuffy done. This is why we're going to do two separate versions of Christmas stalls. One main, actually three, a main version and two smaller ones. I'm gonna start with the smaller ones now, and then we're gonna dress up the area a bit more festive and so on. I think that will be looking fantastic. And I am planning to do the festive stuff as one entire building, like one group, so you can sink it into the ground when you need it or not. So just adjust this in here. So I have actually double checked a couple of German Christmas market stalls. So that's gonna be something that is, you know, the typical Weihnachtsmarkt, you know. This is, you call that in German Bude, which is also just such a fun German word at the end of the day. Bude, it's like it's stall, but it doesn't, I don't know, it's it's just way more weird. But yeah, we're going to do two versions of the stalls, and then we should call it a day. But the first thing I need to do is I need to first of all get the facilities down. So what I need is a main building for our souvenir shop, which is the main area of influence here. So hold on, there is the souvenir shop. So this is going to be one of the main things, and I believe the most space we have is somewhat over here. I think this is a good spot for this one. It's going to be put here. The reason is because I think, you know what, I need to actually, you know, hold on. I'm just going to move this a tiny bit more back. This should be enough from the space I want to utilize. That should be good. I want to do this like a main pavilion over here. I may actually need to move that a little, but we're getting there. And then what we got to do is we got to check out. This is going to be a bit more tricky because these things over here, I think this is the bit I'm going to use, because I need to make sure that they only enter that from one side. I'm not sure if I can test this that quickly. No shelves connected. Add shelves. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to connect this real quick. And I'm just going to delete this one. And I'm gonna hit play, open this one, and let's see if someone is gonna go and access this one. Because the reasons I want to see if they only access this from the front. This is rather important, because otherwise they will go into all of the stalls, and that is something I do want to avoid. While we are waiting for that, I'm gonna type in wood, And then we're gonna have to, whoops, wood. I want to see a couple of planks, different type of planks. So this one has a very interesting texture to the backside. So I'm gonna use this, of course. What's the difference between those two? Oh wait, there's a smaller one as well. So let's use that one. They have a very cool back texture. I remember that from the past. And actually no one really wants to get into that shop, do they? Huh. I wonder if I just should go with the flow and then... I think I'm gonna do. Let's pause the game. I'm gonna go with the flow and I'm gonna put some barriers in instead. I am not willing to let myself be guided by the game's inability to make a good gas flow, I guess, at the end of the day. So we're going to plop down a bit of wooden stuff first of all, and then we're going to build from over here. We're also going to use some of the roofs. I'm pretty much in love with this roof, but this actually is too big, but it can become nice enough for a small stand, for like a very small stand. That one should be the townhouse one, but we can get for that later. Let's just first of all already create a building out of these, and then let's say a building, and then we're gotta go and search for some more wooden pieces that we can utilize for that build. It's gonna be a very, very straightforward build. So I am really trying to make my best here. Okay, these ones, I'm wondering how small can I get you? I mean, this could be fancy, but I'm wondering, can we get these ones super small? Yes, we can. So we could get these ones as purchasable items, but we're getting to do this later. There are some... Hold on, I just want to make sure that this is... Yeah, that's definitely a cool piece that we are going to use. That's definitely a good one. Yeah. By the way, this is a very common technique I'm using for most of my builds. I do mostly not include this part in any of my time lapses, but this is the way I go to search for some pieces before I start building. And then along the build, I'm finding some other pieces that may suit as well. So this is how I go about it, you know. I try wood, better than half wood. This... Hold on. How does it look if I make that brighter? Ooh, that has a nice texture as well. How small can we get you? Yes, definitely going to use you. Definitely going to use you. Then we also have this one. Is that... Huh. I'm going to use you too. That could be fun. And this one is definitely, yeah, typical kind of wooden beams. But they are too modern for me. No, we don't take those. We don't take those. Then we also have this cool bit over here. This is definitely going to be used. Fantastic. And then we also have that's the barn thingy is absolutely inevitable for the build. Absolutely inevitable. So we have that, and then yeah, now the question is what else we can use. But there's like a wooden door. I think I'm going to use that the wrong way around now. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to use this one. This is a very cool stall door. That will be working. Yes, this round wooden jetty is definitely going to be the one I'm going to use here. Do we have also a smaller jetty? That is a wooden beam support I like. So this is the jetty post one. I was looking for those. Jetty side panel. This is that. Where are the jetties from, by the way? Is that like a... I'm not sure. Planet Coaster theme. Okay, well, they are pretty cool. Can we recolor them? No, we can't. But this is a good... This is for our case. This is a good wood color. I definitely want to do one that has this kind of color scheme. That's all good. So let's just rotate. No, not yet. Not quite yet. I'm still not done with all the wooden pieces. This is a piece that I am willing to use as well. That's a kind of cool little piece for the top somehow. Where you can do certain things with it. I think this is fun. And I assume, yeah, we will have these wooden tile roofs. These are the ones we are going with. Let's plop them down already so we have them later. Is this aligned properly? Or maybe we would need to type it in later. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's that. And we're going to use this lady over here as our guidance. It's not going to be that this is the build, you know, don't worry. But I am willing to use this as guidance. So let's grab these bigger ones and move them out of the way. So put that here. So what I want to do is, first of all, let's grab the door, and we're gonna make the door quite a lot more small. I want this just about the size of the lady. So that this is going to be just about the size. Well, because these stalls are mostly super small indeed, and they just have a very low kind of entry to the back or so, and then they are a bit taller in the center, yes, but the doors are, let's make that a little bit bigger, just ever so slightly, that it's not like completely head chopping. Yeah, that is fine. Okay, cool. So we're gonna bring this door a little bit to the back, or do we put it to the side? I think realistically I want to have it to the side. So let's bring this here, and then I'm just going to duplicate that one to both sides, merge them into each other. Do they? Just so that they stick out. There you go. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, cool. This is good. And then I'm going to use the townhouse beam as the side here. And I'm gonna probably that's a good color. I want to go for a fairly brownish version first. I think this is kind of the color scheme I'm going for. So I'm gonna bring this one in as a side element here, and then I'm also going to make the door be in here like that and like that. And then from over here I'm going to put this on both sides. And you know what? This is gonna be our beam I'm going to use as for the whole thing. And then we can use that and bring this whole thing over here. This is kind of the size of the stall anyways. We're not going to make this much bigger. So what I'm also going to do then is I'm going to bring this like around here. And then the same goes on the other side. And then we're going to bring the whole bit all the way to the back here too. And I'm also going to pull up one in the middle here. It's very typical that you have something in the middle as well. So there goes that. Okay, this is fine. And we can just... Yeah, what am I going to use? I'm wondering now, how do they... Hold on. You kidding me, right? So how do they look from... Oh, damn, they look so good. Definitely going to pair this with this one because it's looking so freaking good. Look at that texture. Look at this. This is such an ace texture. Absolutely ace. Okay, so I'm going to do this so that there is a tiny bit of a gap in between. So we reach the top here. And then we're going to rotate the centerpiece because... just to make a bit of a difference here. And then I'm going to use this and pull this to the back so it's not sticking out, and there's also no glue involved. And here goes that. That's a pretty cool texture. That is a pretty cool texture. And then I'm going to use this one. Hopefully you can scale that small enough, and I'm going to bring it around like so. Because then we can make this little counter in front of it. There's like mostly like a little bit of a counter. I know they will be glitching into it a bit, but you know what? For the moment, I don't really care. So let's plop them to both sides actually. Look at that. This looks good. And then we're going to just bring this one over, and hopefully there we have it. Bring that one in. What an energetic Christmas song in the background that is, though. So we have that one. I am willing to... Okay, this is too thick. Maybe we are using this one, and I think if I am going to make this one fit, that's gonna look good. This is cool. This is pretty cool. So let's move that up. And just so it has the same or the correct height here, there we have it, and bring this to the front like so. Same goes for this side. It's like a tiny bit too small though. That's okay. It's actually okay. So let's bring this all back here. There we have it, and then I'm willing to bring those a little bit down so that they actually fit below. So here we go. Awesome. And then I think the best idea would be to just have that big one in here too. There we have that. Right, this is nicely done with wood now. And what else can we have? This is not looking too good. I think we could use this one. Yeah, I think this one is going to be from the inside. From the inside goes here, and then we're gonna make this whole thing darker. Woo, there we have it. And then we're gonna bring this in just like that. And we can keep that side open, why not? That might actually look kind of nice. And let's move, wait, both of them over to this side. And you know what, we can scale them a little bit up, just so it covers this nicer. There we have that, and we're just gonna move this a little bit back. So new blue things aren't gonna be seen. Sink that in the ground, that's all good. Look at that, this is sweet. This is pretty sweet. Okay, cool. So this is a pretty nice front already. We may... I thought we are going to use these things, but I think we could match this color. Let's have a look. I think we should be able to match this color nicely. So let's have a look. So that is too bright. We need to be a bit more yellow. Is that this... Yeah, it's kind of close enough, isn't it? If we go a bit more about... yeah, there you go. Maybe a bit more here. Yeah, there you go. I think this is fair enough. This is fair enough. So what we're going to do with this is, obviously, we're going to bring this down. And then up we go. And let's see if this is... yeah, there's like that little bit of a border in between. Nice. And 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do the same... do 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 do. Just bring that over to this side. Look at this. Ah, fantastic. Fantastic. Now I'm wondering if this is from the width doable to be fitted in here. Not quite. So we're going to scale that down until it fits, and it sits. It does. So that's fantastic. I'm going to bring this one down here. And then 1, 2, 3, whatever. Go up again. Yeah, nicely. Nicely done. And now what I can do is I can just actually bring this over into the midst of that one. So that the door still has its shininess here. Oh, well, that is... okay, well, actually it... okay, I thought about that. Okay, this is not feasible, but it's okay. I'm willing to adjust by just doing the following. And then bring this that way. Actually, what we could or should do is rotate a couple pieces in here, just so it's not like fully repetitive. It might actually be a little bit too repetitive, but it's fine. And now, how many of those do we need? All of these, I guess. Come over. Come on over. There we have that. Okay. I should have dragged that a little bit further out. Like, if this is the door, I think I want to have the door flat with the rest. So, like this. And then, we should be just doing this instead. And moving those over. It's like a little bit offset. That annoys me. That actually does annoy me. So we are going to move the entire thing here one more further out as well. So let's just do this. And then try to... oh wait, hold on. I gotta select all these things here without selecting anything else. So there you go. And now move these in here. Wait. That should do the trick. Is that leaning outward? Yeah, that's better. Much better. Much better. So it's adjusted. Fine. Awesome. So what we got to do is, and this is very important, is that we put a barrier in quite immediately. Otherwise, I'll forget. And we're going to bring this down into the wall here. Oh wait, this is not in the wall. And you know what, it doesn't even matter. I am going to put this in, and then I'm going to sink this into the ground. So here we go, and then the same goes in here. But I do think I have to, yeah, I got to bring this into the ground already. So here we go, and all of these will be put into the ground. Whee! Awesome. Okay, now this is the base work for that. I'm wondering if I should put like a ground in, or if it's, I mean, most of these things wouldn't really have a ground, but I am willing to think about this and put a stone kind of ground in, like this, and then make that super dark, because sometimes they have like these plates in there, but they don't really look like these plates do. This doesn't really look like. Sometimes they have these kind of plates in there, but I may go with the good old trick of these, and that should be this. Yeah, they look a lot more like these kind of plates that you'd find in there, like these kind of very shabby old kind of concrete works plates. I don't even know how to call them. You most likely find them at building sites and so on. So just like temporary plate kind of stuff. Or like stone tiles, I think it is. And it's not plates, it's like tiles. And they're like super boring. They're like super impractical because they're freaking ugly and super heavy. But they're most likely these ones that are always used in these areas. So I am willing to use them here just for the sake of realism. Because these things could also be put down temporarily. And I think that's exactly why they are so much loved and so much used, simply because of the fact putting these things down doesn't cost you much, is easily done. Let's move that out a little, why not? And wow, that song just popped in like, hello, here am I. So is this overlapping? Ah yeah, that's the overlapping piece. Amazing. Okay, well that little gap over there doesn't really interest us. Okay, cool. Look at that. This is the base for our wonderful first little shop. We're going to change this up a little bit, but first things first, we're going to put a couple other things in. And then I'm willing to go with like 2 different roof styles, but we are going to do this in a second. Now, let's see if we can first of all put some, like, do I have some more planks in here? Let's have a look. There's that thin, yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Because this is, I think, still the thinnest of all the plank pieces in the game, despite it being an old piece. We may just change the color later on, but so if you open the door, you don't want to just move across and into that shelf immediately. So I'm putting this in here. Alright, but I want to do something else here. Let's get you. Why is that when I copy it, that it always has this awkward orientation? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever. So let's get this piece in. This is already the smallest scale? Bruh, really? Okay, well, okay then. Just gonna put this into the corner. It's just like overlapping a little bit, that's fine. So we've got that bit of a bigger shelf, and what I'm willing to do is, like, they sometimes have these, and I'm not sure if... Also, by the way, I forgot, this is a piece I wanted to use as well, and hopefully, yeah, it's also weirdly aligned. So odd. Okay, but if I am doing this darker, there you go. Yeah, it works. Cool. I wanted to put this into here because it has that like little roundish texture to it, or like round. That is super nice. Yes, this is like how they would look as well. So I'm just going to do this and then have them as like a top piece. I think that would be very nice. Let's see if we can match the color a little bit better. Yeah, that's fairly good. Okay, so put this in here. It's almost like, yeah, that looks nice. That looks super nice. Okay, let's just copy that over to the other side. I think this is a very nice idea to have like a border that looks fairly nice, and we are going to do this to all sides, why not? It's a very nice looking border, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do here, let's move that over, and then to avoid the flicker-ricker, we're just going to assume that this works. Yeah, it does kind of work. So let's just plop that one to the other side, cover the door a little, and we have it. Awesome. Look at that. The stall is already looking mighty good. Big fan of it. We also could create like a wider one easily now, and so the variants now will go very quickly. This was the most important one, to get the first one nailed, and then we're going to make a couple variants of it. Actually, I think 3 variants will be good. I think that will be the fun bit to do. Okay, so we've got that one almost in place. There are a couple of things in here. I wanted to use also, powers. Okay, so cable. Is there a cable in? Yes, we do have cables. So what I'm willing to do is like put a couple of extra realism aspects in. So they most likely have like these kind of temporary cables. I think there is the straight cables. Yes, we can use that straight cable too. And is it sticking out? Yeah, it might be sticking out anyways. Just like a couple cables in. So that is how it realistically would like be. Doodle-doodle-doo. Oh, is it like outlet? Yeah, there you go. Power outlet, there you have it. This is something I wanted to put in here. They're like way too big always, right? So just like where you would have the power available for them, and then we could just put like a cable that goes there. So, and I could make that smaller, even smaller. No, that's already the smallest I can get it to. Okay, well then, fine. And then I'm just going to put like a cable on top of here, as if this is connected on both. I think this is fine. So we have got these power things, and now let's go for some lamps already. So we do have those in place. We could obviously we go for some classic ones. So I assume in these things they would obviously have different lights. So theoretically they have more modern lights in there, as this is like Christmas market. Yeah, whew. You gotta ask me something here. These things are also like pretty nice. You could also use them and then put them into these corners here to make it look nicer. I think that could also be fun, but what I'm going to use this for else is like, they most likely have these kind of things where, because we need to still make this shutters where they usually have these shutters, but then these things are not static, so they can't kind of do this, so we gotta install some hinges instead, which is what we gotta do real quick, just as I think of it, otherwise I forget about this again. So this is gonna be a kind of rather huge hinge, to be honest. I don't remember that these are so big though. Anyways, just gonna one here, and the other one goes here, and then yeah, no, that is too big. And the chain is also not gonna be usable over here. But like, am I in lamps? It's like lamp posts and stuff. This is why, right? Okay, fine. No, what about just normal lights, please? I think I'm gonna use this one instead. It is the aquatic light, but this is kind of the lamp you'd use in these things. It's annoying, I know, but isn't that exactly what you would do? So that's kind of the light you'd put in here. You don't want people to see that though, but yeah. Do we also have like a bottle? I mean, normal bottle. Okay, so wait, hold on. There you go. So the drink is not really in here, right? It's just like these kind of things. All right, we gotta use it this way then. Okay. We should see if we can use these things as shutters. I like the idea of them being the shutters. So what we got to do for realistically, obviously, they need to be able to shut the thing. So I am willing to first of all build them as in a realistic size, make them a little bit wider. Here we go, and then bring this relatively up, And now select all of those and adjust the color. Well, the first color didn't really change much. The second one did. And then I'm going to go for more of this color from down there. So that's the one. And now I'm going to hinge this in there. While I do think that this needs to be a little bit... Ah, now I don't have the blue overlay. This is exactly what I was wanting. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay. Just going to use this like so. And then a tiny little angle snap needs to go. And we have them semi-open like this. Wow. Nice. Nice. So there are variants with the shutters and without. This one is going to be a variant with a shutter. So that's kind of cool. You sometimes also have like an opening here on the side. You know what, actually? We could, theoretically, bring those ones down. And then this is just like a... Oh, wait. We put the light here. So we need to put the light somewhere else. So it's fine. We can just bring that here. Makes also sense because we do have the cable there. Yeah, that's fine. So that's kind of cool. We've got this little Christmas stand here, standy one. Can we also put some plushies in already? Plush. There we have those. Can we scale them down? Yes. Awesome. And now scale these down. The thing about the Christmas set is going to be, and this is going to be a bit of an issue, because the Christmas set is so freaking ginormous when it comes to the pieces. You'll see that in a second. This is most likely not doable at all. Is Queenie a little smaller? I didn't know about that. So if we place all of these in, that's nice. But if I type in festive, we do have a lot of these things. But I mean, like, what the heck? Why are these things so freaking ridiculously oversized? And we can't really scale them down to a degree where I'm like, yeah. So you can't really use them as nice elements anyways. So these ones are at least somewhat okay if you do scale them. But they're like still nowhere near usable. And I'm just like, Frontier, why wouldn't you give us those things in a doable size, you know? The same goes for the presents and stuff. Like, this is all so ridiculously oversized that I like, if you do that again because of the old game, fine, but why not give us like a version of it, you know? A version of it that would have a little bit of a more feasible size. I think this would be so freaking cool. But yeah, it's not. It's just like a couple of pieces in here. I mean, I like them. It's all good, but it's like, I mean, just look at this, the ribbon. Why is that like a, I don't know how many food big ribbon. Yeah, no, let's delete that one. That does just looks super ugly. Okay, the base of the first building is done. I'm just gonna select the whole thing, and we're gonna copy ourselves that over. Version 2 is gonna be built here. Hold on, what the heck is going on here? Did we just move the whole thing upwards? I assume so, right? Oh yeah, we did. So that's why. So let's bring this down again. Why is this looking as if this is tilt? I do hope that the ground is tilt over here, my friends. I seriously do hope that the ground is tilt, because otherwise we are doomed. Okay, so this is the stall we have over here, and then we're gonna go for a third one as well. Just gonna, whoops. Just gonna grab all of those and bring this over. Okay, so variant 1, 2, 3. 1 is gonna receive its roof now, and then we're gonna do the rest of the builds as well. So I think for version 1, I'm going with a fairly classical one. So we are going to have a flat roof that utilizes like kind of this angle, but we're obviously using this townhouse beam for that. I hope I can scale this down enough. Yes. So is that going to be the angle? Yes, it is. So we can also just 1, 2, 3. And we're going to create this first of all. And then we're going to move this exactly in the middle. So that's about it. This is what we're going to do with the first one. Or as... Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do with the first one. Even though I'm a little bit tempted to do it differently though. I'm tempted to do this a bit different. I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make this a super flat version. There we have it. With the smallest version available. Right, that's that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this double layered. And I'm going to have 3 of them. So one goes all the way to the back and the other one goes to the center somewhat. And now I'm going to search for plastic and I'm going to look for a decent textured piece. I mean, I could go for that one for my idea. What about like these? I mean, and then just go for like a normal color like this. But the thing about these is they just don't really have a texture, and I don't like that. Like, you know, I wanted to go for a texture that is kind of looking like the clay clown stuff over here, but it's not. See, this is exactly the moment where the gingerbread in Flexicolor would make a fantastic roof, but it's not. Yeah, maybe then it's no plastic. What about slate? Is that just like the ones we have, right? Yeah. I don't know. Organic maybe? No, that's just like all other kinds of plaster, rubber. Let's try that one. I don't know if that makes sense. I want to have like a piece that has a good... Yeah, maybe we go with this. Maybe we have to go with this plaster then. I mean, it can be built as thin as I need it, right? Yeah. I assume that this is gonna be it. Yeah, alright, okay, so no questions asked. This is definitely gonna be it. Look, this is exactly what I meant. There's like this tiny bit of roughness in the texture, which is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. This is like typically these kind of roofs you'll see on these builds. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, cool. And we get rid of the shiny edges as well. That's a win-win for everyone. Awesome. That's a sick looking roof. Like, honestly, that's exactly what I needed. Okay, so in order to finish that off, what we would need... I'm really curious to see if that works, but I'm just gonna scale this a little smaller. There we have it. And now, I mean, this just doesn't work for the front, but it does work for the back. I'm also wondering, like, oh boy, hold on. Did I choose the full roof? I think I did, right? I'm just like trying to figure out the center correctly. Yeah, somewhat like that is good. Yeah, well, there we go. And then what we got to do here is just like this, and this, and this, and this, this, and then this, and this, and then this. I mean, you get the idea. I don't need to repeat that all the time. Hopefully there's nothing sticking out to the top then. And just go about there. Whee! Not sure what I'm going to do for the front though, but I have an idea. Hopefully that's going to do the trick. And next. Whee! All the way over here. We're almost done. We're almost there. One more. One more. Fill in the tiniest gap here. There we have it. Okay, let's see if there's anything sticking to the top out. No, I worked very clean. And I think the only chance I have on here is to just scale this as small as I can, and then see that I am going to use this nicely in here, and then do the same. I'm not sure if that's thick enough. It's not. Okay, I would either need to go in smaller steps like this, which I may actually do because I prefer that, and then just like, woo, just like do that again. Is there like an open gap? No, there's none. And then just try to squeezy wheezy that in here. Awesome. Just making sure no texture fighting whatsoever. I hate texture fighting. Right, and then the last bit obviously doesn't work, so I need to tilt that in, and then hopefully I can make it. So let's see if that closes all. Oh, it doesn't. Freaking. Okay, well, then we're just going to do it like I assumed I had to do from the beginning. So I'm gonna do it on both sides then. Yay. Okay, fine. So this is the front. Actually, that looks fairly okay. That looks fairly okay to me. I thought it's gonna be way worse, but no. I mean, the interior looks kind of meh, which we could easily fix by rotating this again to the inside. Come on, and then obviously bring that all the way in. Awesome. So now let's type in star and get rid of those filters. There you have it. And now we gotta see which one fits size-wise in here nicely, because they... God. Okay, this one may actually be the one. And then we bring this one in, and I assume that one needs to go to the front here. There we have it. Yeehaw. I like. Alright. This is our first booth. The first booth done. Alright, cool. So this one is done. I'm liking it a lot. So what I'm going to create now is a second version. It's going to be... Alright, let's keep that one for last. And we're going to use that one now instead. We don't need the shutters. So we're going to get rid of the shutters first. And then I'm also going to get rid of those things. Here we have that. I think what I'm going to do is now color-wise, I will be adjusting everything to the color of the other ones, because... not the door, though. Not the door, though. Okay, well... Let's just assume you've never been here. No, wait, actually... How do I get these things selected? I think I need to delete you first, and then select these pieces, right? In order to be able to recolor all of those at the same time. Nasty doors. Right. So doors are in? Yeah. Okay. So I can keep on selecting pieces. Fantastic. Because I don't need the doors to be recolored in a different way. So, alright, this is fine. This is fine. Even though we get rid of this one anyways. Okay, so let's adjust first of all the color. The color of all pieces. There we have it. I think I did select all of them, right. Now let's see if we can really adjust this to... Okay, it has... Oh my god. No. It has to be... somewhat more... Wow. It's kind of hard to get into that realm of color. Use more yellow? Yeah. Okay. It's harder than I thought it is. How about getting more into this vibe? Okay. Well, that's okay. I think this is fine. And then I'm going to deselect the top pieces. They go more into this color scheme. I think I can deal with this. Did I deselect? Yeah, did I deselect? I did. I did deselect the top ones. And now I can try to get these ones also more into the color, because they seem to be a little bit more harder to... do I need to... I mean, I need to go more into the yellow and then... Boy, that's very hard. I think I'm gonna go with something like this. It looks different enough. Yes, it definitely looks different enough. Alright, this is nice. I'm gonna get rid of the front here. Just so we have a bit of a change. Sweet. I like these things, but I'm willing to give this a bit more of a pop. So we're going to make this dark. Right. And just copy that over. So we have a bit of a pop here, and that makes the whole thing a little bit more interesting to look at. What else I'm going to do with these, because they look so cool, I'm just going to create like a cross in here. Here goes that, and then we're just going to give this a proper little nice look. So typical, and then we can also just have that as a top version here too. So just below that counter, here we have it. Nice. Look, we can now, we can now select all of these and then bring them over to the other side. So we just have a little bit of detail in here. Sweet. And as I said, we're going to get rid of this, this, and this. That's nice. And then let's see if we can find another nice piece, namely this one. Or, you know what? No, I need to have something rather thin. There you go. This is the one I want to go with. This can be thicker for when I need it, which is here on the side. Come down. So there you go. That's gonna be a fun little thing to do. Now the only question is, can we find a color that, oh my god, matching this color is gonna be a nightmare. It's somewhat like that. It's a bit on the yellowish side, but paired with that building, I'm willing to sacrifice the brownish color, which is going to be in the next one, but it's going to be good. Okay, now we scale this all the way down, and we create like a second one that goes... hold on. Can I go even smaller, please? Yes. Oh god. Thanks. And this one is going to be... This one is going to be fairly dark and aligns more with this one in the center there. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's freaking okay. And we bring this further back. Here we have it. And now we have it also in the middle. And we have it also here to the side. That is cool. That is really cool. And then I'm also willing to just make this even further. Oh, actually one side maybe only. And then the same goes to this side. So we have like another one in the center here. One to the side, one to the other side. So this is pretty much like some of the other stalls look like. And I'm also doing the same on this side. So we're gonna move this all down, just somewhat to the same level as this one. And then we're gonna get rid of, what's that? The wooden kind of shelf here. Can I get this smaller? Yes, I can. So I can make like a nice little shelf going on here. But apparently we need to get rid of some of the stuff here. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be, oops, it's not gonna be the same. So we could get, I'm not sure if I type in souvenir, if, yeah, I mean, the problem with the souvenir stuff is, oops, cap. Is that called? No, it's called hat. It's called hat. That's why. So again, I would love to have these things in here, but again, look at the size. It is not normal. I hate it so much. But yeah, you could obviously have a lot of like Christmas looking hats in here. And you can tell I'm absolutely annoyed by the fact that they are way too big. And then you can also, like, these hats are obviously fitting, but then again they're not. I'm just gonna use some red ones in here because we have Christmas. So we could have, I think there's a green one in here too, right? Is there a green one? Yeah, that's the other one. So green and red works just fine because of Christmas. But the rest is just like hilariously bad. And I'm like, why, Frontier? Why don't you let us scale these things down? Also, it's still gray in the preview, which is odd. But hey, so I don't want to complain. It's all good. You know, we are getting there eventually. What about this police officer's hat? Actually, you know what? We could make this like a... Yeah, why not? That's kind of cool as well. Like a Christmas thingy. I would have loved to have like a proper beanie as well. A beanie would be so cool. Beanie would be something super nice to have in these kind of shops in here as well. That would be really, really fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use glass as well. Because sometimes these things have like a little bit of glass in between those areas here. And oh boy, why is that so? Let's make it like greenish. That's nice. That's okay. Just like one here, and then to the outside as well. Is that now? Oops. No. Just in there. Okay. And the same goes in there. And then 1, 2, 3 can be copied over as well. They go here. Nice. It can be floating down there. I don't mind so much. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that. This is different enough, and I am willing to take that. So what I'm going to do is, this wooden jetty post has a fantastic wooden texture, and you, my friend, are becoming an essential part of my build now. You, sir, go in here. I'm not sure if it's going to be exactly there, but it's going to be fine. And then I'm going to use the jetty wooden side panel. Yeah, of course. I hate everything about this, but okay. Come on over. Come on over. And, oops, come on over. What did I put into the ground there, by the way? Oh, well, whatever. 1, 2. You are going to be my best friend here now. So let's do this, and then I'm going to do this. And then we're going to bring this over. And make it fit like so. And now, what I have to do is just make that a bit bigger, though. That's fairly okay. So this is going to be the different type of roof. Hold on, I need to drink a little bit here. Very cold. I definitely need to get another one. So, is that like the steeper one? Nah, that's too steep. I'm going to use it that way. And let's have a look. Whoops. Let's have a look how you... Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, cool. So this is going to be, again, as I did it previously. We have one here, and we have like a couple of those. And just another one here, and the other one goes to the back. So this is that. This is going to be the little hut, and then these things will hopefully help us as well. And then, oh, this might have been the roof. So wooden tile roof. For veranda, okay, veranda, there we have that one. We could also go for that one, but I am willing to just have this veranda roof. And now, what we are going to do is, this looks already pretty good. However, I'm going to scale this little thingy down, and gonna make this, yeah, red. I'm not even sure. Dark red, that's fine. That definitely does suit the whole build. So look at this. This looks good, and then we're gonna put this in. Now the question is, as we've got this thing on the top, I want this thing to be on the bottom. So rotating this must do the trick. And then while the music has ended on a high, we are going to bring this in as well. Do 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 do. So exactly like this. And I'm wondering, I don't want to scale it too big. That's not what I want. So up and down you go, and then 1 and 2, and we're gonna bring this all the way up here. So just align this about so. All right. Oh my God, it's still not big enough. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so the 2 ways of doing this. We could now bring this all the way up, like so, and then we have, yeah, no, that's definitely the way to go. Okay, cool. I thought this looks weaker on the ground, but it doesn't, so I'm all in for that. Awesome, look at that. This is pretty damn cool. That's another styled hut, very different one, despite it just being a slight change. So what we could also do is a slight change to the color of the door. Same goes to the inside. Have the same one. Mega. So the only thing is, how do we style this center element now? Which ones? We could use this thing first and do it as long as we can, or like as short as we can, I guess. And try to squeeze that in. I need to, and this is why I had these things in actually. I need to utilize these jetty platforms as. Oh. No, okay, well, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it work differently. So, just so they don't stick out to any of the sides. Does it stick out there? No, it doesn't. Okay, that is cool. And now we can scale them down. Always so much. That works. Oops. And again, as I said, we won't be able to make it all the way to the top anyways. But hopefully nice enough. So let's see where this is going. Can I scale them down anyways? Yes, a little bit is possible. Alright, that still works. Fantastic. I'm willing to just bring that forward a little. Okay, so that is so far so good. What I can do already is bring this one then in as like the side thingy. And just do that here. Now I'm wondering, can I maybe even, if I put this to the back, that should work. It's not really sticking out anywhere, so, and then let's do it one more tick around here, and then we can all the way up. And there's one here, and the other goes like this. I think that's nice. I think that's nice. That looks more clean than I thought it was. Awesome. All right, now let's see that we select. Hold on. Okay, I am having a hard time to copy this over then. So gotta use the different technique, and this is the most annoying one, but okay. Let's do that, and then just get rid of all the pieces that we don't need, and just keep the ones we need. There we have it. Does look a little weird from this side. Oops, nope. Whee! All the way around. Round we go. Come on in. Come on over. Oh, come on over. Right, look at this. So there we have it. This hut is done as well. Look at that. This is such a cool hut. I'm willing to split that already from the group. So we have a unique one. And I'm also going to, whoops, separate this one from the group. Oh, hold on. I need to just use this one. There you go. Split from the group. Awesome. And then we have got that one. That's dull left over. And we also have a couple of pieces that we, could utilize. So let's just go back in, bring the pieces over so we can keep on working with those. Let's quickly go out of the... This one actually can stay where it is. And I'm willing to have this hut already... Hold on. Why are you... Add to building on these there. Okay, why am... I hate everything about this. So here you go. You'll be fitted in that corner. And then another one. Another one! Another one goes about next to it. Here-ish. And you know what's also kind of a little fix? We can... Wait, hold on. There are some... Okay, gotta fix this real quick. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, and then hopefully they do not stick out to the other side. Okay, well they do. Well, we could fix that easily by pulling them back a little. Fixed. Okay, fairly nice. So 1, 2, and 3, and now let's move them into the back and a little over to the side. And if I'm completely honest, I need to do this the same over here as well. 1, 2, 3, get them back in, and then move them back, move them there. Fine. Usually it should stick out on the other. Oh yeah, okay. Dang it. Okay, you know what? Since I'm too lazy, let's just get rid of those two. I don't want to do this 3 times in a row, so just going to. Wait, hold on. I can't do the fix here. I can only prepare the fix then by just moving them over, so just kind of aligns on both sides. And you know what? I'm just gonna do this and that and that. The good thing about this is I wanted to do this anyways to create a bit more depth to these pieces. So it's a win-win. It's like a little style adaptation, but it's okay. Also, I think it helped me because I would never put it in that corner the way I did. So realistically, you'd have that stand like so. There we have it. Like there's one. Oh, actually, maybe you would have one like this. If that's, yeah, that is definitely like that, and you would have some nice tables there for where people can stand. Like these Christmas markets are almost always relatively small, but what I wanted to say is you could easily now create a different looking one by just adjusting the roof color. So we could go into like a green, dark green, and all of a sudden you have like a different stand. Oh man, I love that. I love that. And then we could also grab this stand and then, you know, plop that one next to the other ones. Maybe also here. I'm not willing to go too crammed with all these things, to be honest, because I want to put some boxes and stuff in and other stuff. I may also create a variant that is shorter. I think this is something I'm going to do as the last little bit with this stand. This stand can also become one shorter version as well. But first of all, let's do the last bit I wanted to do as for the build today. And this is going to be another version with or without shutters. I decide later, but first of all, let's get rid of those. This is going to be one with an open spot here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select basically the entire thing and move this over to make that a whole bit wider, and then we are going to select this. Perfection. And the idea was that I am going to align this again with the help of these pieces. So because usually the gizmo is doing some fancy stuff, but we can adjust this. Sweet. And what we unfortunately have to do is we have to get rid of these things. Even though I like the texture, as they are not flexi color, I'm not willing to go with those. I'm willing to do this with a completely different type of thing. Yeah, let's fix the ground first. Like so. And like so. And then we're going to move the whole bit a little bit upwards so I can still see if everything is fine. Yes, it is. And what we could obviously do is we can easily close the gap in the back. Oops. Hold on. There we go. Oh, I missed out on the top one. There we have it. Now. Okay, I still missed out on the top one. Whatever then. Let's copy that one over. And I believe this one is going to stay somewhat in this color. The only thing I'm changing is the appeal to make it a little darker with those front pieces. I think this is something I wanted to do the whole time. So, like so. And then, wait, hold on. Do I need to... I can't really get those to be super dark, can I? Okay, that's already the darkest we have. You know what? You gotta go. You gotta go then. I don't want to build with you anymore. What about you? Can I get you into it? Like, yeah, okay, that's a fairly dark... That's a fairly dark color. I think you will be properly the best piece I can use for these corners, but I want you to be smaller, and then I want you to be in the nice color. By that I mean Oh yeah, that's like the wooden color I was thinking about. Perfect. And then bring this over here, and up we go. Sweet. I think this is exactly what I wanted to do. Oh wait, how do I get this position in? Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna plop this one down. This is just for me as a height reference. It can be this one, I guess. Because there is going to be a little bit of a trick I need to do with this, and it's going to be a little bit a question if it's working or not. Hold on. Is that... it's looking a little odd. But I'm willing to go with it. I'm willing to roll with it. I'm gonna create a bit of a nice look in between anyways. Alright, now the question is, how do we make the front? I think I'm gonna use this piece now. And I think this side has a fantastic color. And this is why I'm using it. Ah, sorry. Oh man, I'm so much loving it. God, I should go to bed. Honestly, it's again super late, but I'm enjoying this way too much right now. Yeah, but I have to find an end now in a bit. So this is definitely the last stall we're doing, and then we're just going to do a bit of nice work and then call it a day. I could dress all these things up now, but oh man, this would unfortunately crash all the timeline. I mean, there's not much timeline left. But I would love to do so much detailing with you guys as well, but the detailing is what pains the most because it takes the longest. We're just gonna slap a couple of Christmas things in, nevertheless, because without would be massively disappointing. Okay, let's go with these then. But we gotta... Yeah, that's the color I wanted to go for. So I'm just going to bring them in here, like this. Exactly where that kind of corner is. Awesome. And then we're also going to bring like this. And then I'm going to bring this further back. That should be like so. And then we do the same in this angle. And we have that like kind of a nice cross here. Unfortunately here, let's bring you over here. That doesn't look good. I'm going to choose all of you so I can move you all. That fits much better in here. I'm happy with that all. So this is the townhouse beam. This is the wooden side jetty. The townhouse beam cannot be very dark, can it? No, it cannot. It seems almost like yeah, I'm not sure what exactly it is. How small can this one get? Okay, this is already the smallest. Nasty. So we have got these. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Still one of my favorite support beams we have in all of these games. So let's just scale that up a little so it's just overlapping. Alright, so this is fairly okay. And you know what, for the sake of a little bit of a difference, I mean I moved all of these pieces over now, but I should have not done this. Simply, stop doing that. But even putting the door to the back would mean you can't put it anywhere to the back. That would be stupid. No one would ever do this. So we are just changing the sides. Dee 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 doo. Dee 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 doo. Dee 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 doo. Woo! Down, bow, bow, bow. Ba-dam, bow, 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 bow. Ba-dam, bow, 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 bow. So let's just... You know what I could do? I could just bring this over. Woo! And in case I don't need all of this, I can just move it over. Down. Oh, well, let's take that one in. And then I'm just going to do the same trick over here. Now this should work easier. This is how this goes. So move it in, slide it there. This is our wall. Ooh, I should have deleted the other one first of all. I am not so precise, it's already late. Hey, let me delete this piece, I can't press anyways. Oh god, why am I starting to sing whenever it's getting late? Don't do this to me. Okay, so let's color that door because it just doesn't look good. Greenish? Greenish looks good too, so that's that. Also, get the same green in. Oh, nice. Actually, 2 doors would be fun as well. 2 doors down. No, I'm not willing to go that route. So let's just get rid of some of all these pieces. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, let's move on. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be, guys. It's gonna be massively long, I guess. Okay. Do 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 do. Na 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 dum. Doom. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Nice. Look at this. This is so cute. This is so freaking cute. Okay, I am really happy. I think I'm gonna leave this stand a little more empty. I think there's a chance to make this look nicer in the future. It's a bit of a pity. I could put some other shelves in, which I assume I do. Only people will not be able to go there then, but the shelves will potentially make it look better if there are actually some goods in there. But the only thing we need to do is now a proper roof, which we do in a bit of a different way. So let's see what kind of roof piece we are using. I think this is a good plank, wooden support beam. It's like a shorter one as well, right? Yeah. So 1, 2. We're going to do the same kind of roof technique again as in the other ones, but it's obviously a bit of a bigger building here. So I am willing to just adjust this to the size. So let's just scale it a little down. Yeah, a tiny bit more is okay. So that it goes to both sides nicely. Yeah, I mean, it does not need to be entirely hold on, where are you going? Does not need to be entirely perfect, but just like so it covers both sides. Noise. Okay, but what I'm going to do this time is I'm just first of all just gonna scale this up. Oh, hold on, why is it not staying in the middle? That's a pain. Okay, so the outer side is the one we are going for as for the roof, but this is going to be the bit that's more interesting because I am willing to make one last nice thing today. So we're gonna scale this all down a little more, and actually the color is still too... There we have it. I want to go with the bright color. Oh, nice. And now the question is there even a smaller one? Is that already the smallest one? There's not a shorter one in here. That's a shame. Are you shorter? You are shorter, but how are you looking in bright color? Oh, that works. That should work, even though I have no idea if the texture works. Anyways, so let's see. Yeah. Well, okay, let's rotate you back and then go with 11 degrees-ish. So let's have a look. That's all I can do, but it's okay. And now let's do the same on the other side and see if we can mix and match that. You should not be sticking out to the side, so, well, I can fix that by moving this piece then. Alright, and speaking of fixing, I need to fix the... Hold on. There we have that, and either we go to the front or to the back, and I think we go to the front. Sweet. Okay, that's a fairly nice looking area, and now I think the easiest way to fix this is actually with plaster, and there are like these plaster pieces here. Yeah, exactly. They should be coming in the correct color in a bit. Let's see. Somewhere here is good. Just always need to find the correct color, but it doesn't need to be exactly the same. I think it's fine if I do it this way. And then scale these smaller as well. And then we can just scale it ever so much smaller. And hopefully, hopefully it's working. Ooh, come on. Ah, just so it doesn't. But maybe that one does the trick then. Yeah, that should. Oh, wait. Oh, It almost did, but not quite. Dang it. Okay, I hoped it was going to fill. Okay, I'm gonna fill this gap in a different way, but it's fine. So let's see that we can just adjust this somehow, and then just one more until it's sticking out to the top here. There we have it. Oh, okay, it's perfect. And now the only thing we need to do is, I guess, push that one through until that corner. Same goes for this one. And then, yeah. It's about the same? Or is it the same? It's just about the same. I should have moved that one further back then. Yeah, this is exactly the issue. So they need to merge nicer to the top. Yeah, that's much cleaner. And now I can move this one further back, and so it goes for that one. So that is almost about the same. Cool. And now, last but not least, we need to do the proper lower end with the wooden planks, and this is a job for that one. Huh. Can I make this smaller? Yes, a little smaller still works. And further down. And obviously, it's just... God dang it. Right. I can move that. Yeah, okay, no, but that's fine. This works. It just needs to close the gap. And then like this. And then we could use Christmas. Is there anything? It's just a tree. Xmas? No. Festive. And then is there like a star or anything we can put to the top? Just to get rid of some of these areas here. Icing is always doing the trick. There we have it. But I am willing to have not this color. I want this to be like almost like embossed. That's much better. That's much better. And then we can have this one, and this one needs to be smaller and goes in the center here. And that one goes into like a green tone, because that usually should be how it is, right? Yeah, it's like a dark green. I'm willing to say that this looks really cool. That looks really, really cool. And then let me just grab that one jetty here. And I'm just going to... Well, it's not a jetty though, but you get the idea. And I'm just going to scale it up so it is aligned nicely. Get some details in. I'm so carried away by doing so many details. Shit. Ah, never mind then. Okay, fancy. I'm gonna copy that roof. I'm gonna bring this over to the other side then. Oh yeah, sure, there's no angle snap involved. Why on earth would you? And hold on. Okay, so don't worry, I'm gonna put this back into position. But I'm just going to see if that is, yeah, that stays straight. Okay, cool. Then we're gonna move that one in here. Relatively far out. And 2 of those in here. That's good. And now what we can do is we can just use this one and bring this into position. And apparently I have just used the top one, so it is aligned properly, as you can tell. There it is aligned. Okay, and now I can get rid of the top ones. Should nothing be sticking out? Okay, awesome. And now the question is, do we go with do we have like an open townhouse roof? Were there some roof pieces we could use? I mean, yeah, the thing is, obviously, the tilt is not the correct one. I wish we had this kind of townhouse roof as a normal roof. That would be so cool. A non-grid one, that is. Yeah, we obviously have just like the slate roof. I mean, it works too. Like, there are roofs with like just having corrugated roof. It's definitely something you'd see. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going with this. This is a very typical thing to do. And, I mean, there's something sticking out we can move in. But this is very typical indeed. And I am just ever so much willing to bring this into the center here. And then we need to just about... come on. Find the correct angle, because it is a little bit painful to use as it's very weird looking, but it's okay. We can do it. We can do it. So, right. The only thing is that I need to move that one, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Just bring that one in a little. You just create a little gap left and right, but it's okay. It's okay. No one will see that. I mean, you all will see that because you've been with me here, but no one else will eventually see that. So look at this. We made it. Awesome. Okay, so is there nothing sticking out to the side here? Nope. It's just that one side here. So it's quite a big gap though. And a tiny bit though is here. Yeah, we have it. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Never mind. So let's put that one in. And we have it. There we have it. Let's get rid of all the crap here. And assemble our wonderful area. Oh, hold on. It's corrugated. Oh my god. Wait, but it's not the corrugated roof, right? It's just the lower part. Damn it. Okay, so, well, these things then will look the same. It's fine. And then the only thing we can do is create really quickly the short version of this one. That should basically work mega easily. Let's have a look. So technically, the only thing we need to do is we need to rip apart the back here. Just move it away. And then somewhere where it's safe. Somewhere where it's... Did I move this? Oh my god, I did move this upwards. Okay, so first things first is the roof here. This one is gonna be moved. Okay, fair. Then we have to get rid of the side here, because that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Now what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to grab me this, and I'm gonna pull this all the way in. Quite a bit. Like so. And then we gotta adjust this here. There you go. And then the cable can just be in as it is. And what I need to do, apparently the doors are nasty. So just gonna move this door out. And hold on. So these tiny bobs and bits over here need to be there, and this door needs to be here, and then the door needs to be here too. And then we need to just close this bit, bring the door back in. Okay, there's still that one not aligned properly. Now it is. Fair. And then we're gonna center the roof bobs here. Bobs and bits. And then we're gonna move the roof into this one again. And I mean the idea could be to get rid of the shutters. Actually, you need the shutters if it's so short, but we could just easily use this. I'm just gonna copy that real quick to the front and then get rid of the star here, and there you go. There we go. Easy as goes. And just to make that a little bit more nice looking, we could just change the color here to like a super duper dark reddish version, just so there's a little difference. I mean, it's not much though, but it's a bit different. All right. No, actually, I like that. So we are going to use this version over here. So in that corner, that's gonna be the shorter version. And then this one, this big one actually can almost stay here. So this one goes in here to the side. And then, I mean, we need to connect them all to the building anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete those real quick, and we're gonna plop them in back later. But can I have this big one? Does it fit down here still? I mean, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be very tight indeed. But people should be able to move here. It should work. It should work. It's relatively on the tight side of things, but it should definitely do the trick. Gonna get rid of this one. And then we've got all these stalls there. And then we can grab that one and move this into this corner here. Actually, we're going to use the thin one here, and we're gonna move over here. So this is then another little stand. It'd be fun. We could also sneak we could also try to sneak a restaurant in all of that. Maybe one of the stalls could house a restaurant piece, and then the bigger one maybe. But that would be hilarious, to be honest. So this is the end. Can I use both? Can I also select the I need to select the counter. Have I selected the counter? Yes, and now I should be able to move the entire thing. Yes, there you go. Because I'm willing to put the entrance to the whole thing now here. Awesome. And then we should be able to have another biggie one on the side here, which is definitely what I want to have. Like this is gonna go here. Look at this. Oh, it's coming together like crazy. Gonna use this stall in here then. So here we go. Oh wait, I think this is a problem. Yeah. Well, my friends, it was a good idea. And I could somehow get around with this one, to be honest. I could fix this, but that one isn't gonna work. Ah, what a pity. Okay, never mind then. So this cannot be our Christmas market instead. Yeah, let's get rid of it. So we're gonna use this. Wait, hold on. Wait, no, where's the... Okay, never mind then. I was just wondering where the old big one I put here is gone. But I think I'm going to do this all with the tiny ones. So that one has to go here. Hopefully people still move then through there. Or can I just align this a little to the side? Give them a bit more space. I mean, that door is kind of cramped, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time getting out of there. But anyways, let's try it this way. And then this biggie one, as I said, actually, you know what's fun? can I put them to the back of each? So one goes here. There's like that narrow way going through there. And if I am willing to have another one, we could just move this one to the back. Center to the back. Yeah, that works. That works pretty nicely indeed. Look at this. So that is really, really, really cool. That's like a really nice Christmas market popping on over here. I could sneak another one in here, obviously. I could sneak one more stall, a small one in here. And then definitely this is enough. Do I have the... Oh, that's why I had the flashlight still activated. Okay, so what is pretty cool is we are going to put all of these things in now. Let's see if we can... Yeah, there you have it. Add shelves. And we are going to add shelves now, my friends. So I think the first task is going to be to plop these things in, if we can, into here. I'm just wondering why the angle snap is turned on. I should be able to grab, hold on, grab this one like so. And now, yeah, now I can move this freely. This is exactly what I needed. So we can have this and put it in here somehow. I guess, I mean not in here, but in general. So I guess it should be able to put it in there. Yeah. Is that sticking out to the side? It's not really, is it? It's just like a tiny bibbly bib. So it just doesn't matter. Do it that way. And then we can recolor that one to be, I want to have it in all kind of festive, dark brown colors anyways. So there we have it. And then just confirm that one, and confirm this one. Sweet. Okay, so I should be able to copy this over, right? Yeah. Okay, so that works. So I could then also plop it all into the back of these buildings, right? So just so we have more buildings. Why is it not? Is it not connected? They should be connected. It doesn't matter. We can connect them later. Hold on, and then say connect existing. Did it and confirm. Fine. Yeah, I mean this is the way to go, I guess, because otherwise it's gonna be a bit of an issue. Now these tables instead. Oh God, are you kidding me? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Let's see if I. Oops. Press this one. I need to press it in here. And hold on. So there we go. And then we just need to move that all the way in here. The whole shop also seems to be a little bit on the low side, by the way. Didn't I measure that? I did measure that beforehand, didn't I? Hold on. Shoppy shop, come up a little. Ah, there we go. This is why. I was about to say I did measure it, didn't I? So there's like the shelf in here. I want to customize that, and I want to have the mugs. Definitely mugs in here. So that's kind of cool. So we've got this one, and I'm wondering if I am copying this thing over now. Like so. We're going to be able to put this everywhere in here. So let's bring this in. So just below that is the right thing to do. And then come on over here to the other side. There's another area for you. And we're just going to bring this here. Weep. Just slow down. And this big bob over here is going to receive as well. So just below to the side. That is nice. And then also this stall over here. Okay, this one is going to be treated differently. And you also need one. So let's bring that up. Works okay. Nice. Right, so I've placed all of these down. Now we should take a look if we can connect existing. Which ones haven't been connected? These are the ones. Confirm. Awesome. And now, there's some heads in here. No, can I? Okay, this is the modular one, because we need to bring them down here as well. There's one. And, well, come on, you go here. And you go here. The reason why sometimes I sneak them so much to the side, you'll see in a second. Go fund. That is fantastic. Right. Let's quickly check this one out and connect the existing ones. Confirm. There's still enough spaces where they can go. What I wanted to test is if I can sneak some more of these shops in, because technically this should work. If I place this one here, I should then be able to select this one and move it exactly in position, despite having the souvenir shop in there as well. So if I am not completely wrong, I mean the mugs are a little bit in the way, so I need to move this in here somehow. That should work, and as soon as this is open, which it gotta be, I mean, we've got the guy behind that one. Actually, you know what? In that version, we're just going to lower this thing then and fix it. That's pretty simple. Pretty simple then. And then we can also adjust the shutters real quick, as if that's just being one shutter. That's easy as it goes. So I guess with the facility idea, that then does the trick. So just the memento counter can then also go in here, you know, just like, I mean, you still have these kind of problems that sometimes you have these things stuck in the ground, and then the caps are in the way. But I'm willing to sacrifice this for the fact having someone actually standing in here. We can also have some drink. So this is why I said this one is going to be treated differently though. Some drink shop. And then this one receives absolutely one. It's going to be an information kiosk over here. Which, hello? Why not working? Okay. The burgers. Burger shot. Okay. I guess this needs to be then moved separately. Sometimes this is the quirk, but I still get it to work, right? Yeah, that should work. And what we're going to do here is we're going to bring the whole stall down and adjust that, because I still should be able to, you know, it's actually fun. You could move that one up and then we've got the spot is obstructed. It's not. Well, then stay there just as is. I don't even mind. I don't even mind. You stay there as you go. And now let's see if we can, because we need some vendors down here. This is why I want to have all these facilities scattered around the place. Hat's fantastic is absolutely needed as well. So you, my friend, go in here. Adjust this. Awesome. Hat's fantastic. Hiya sushi. The sushi counter goes in here. Hey, sushi. It also could be fun to just close one down. Would also look fun, I guess. But no, I'm willing to have people everywhere. It could become a little bit problematic because of everything being just very how's it called again? Busy in here. That's the word. You know, busy is the word. But that should not be our problem, right? So let's have a look. Clicky click, clicky click, 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 click. I need to just open all of you guys. Whoops. And you go open as well. And you... What's that? Hiya sushi? Clickety click, click. And... there, hiya sushi. There's nothing in here, okay? So these are all open. There's something hidden in here as well. Is there one hidden? Nope. Okay, you go and stay as is. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't need everywhere, you know. So we're gonna open that one too. I should have also seen that because there was no sign of someone being away. Okay, so this is going to be one of my best works, I guess, overall. So what we're gonna do is we type in festive real quick, and we're going to make a last bit of festive appeal in that region over here without doing too much. Simply because, as I said, we're going to create a building out of it in a second. We can also have like a present, you know, standing here to the side. All right, now 1 and oops, 1 and 2 create a building together. Right. I also gotta end this relatively soon because my hard drive is about to be completely blasted by this recording. So yeah, I guess. Also, I'm loving that little village thingy over here. I think this is something we could easily have in that corner. These people singing over here from the festive set. I'm loving this so much because it's so fitting. All the icings and stuff, I could go nuts with all of this now. I guess the only thing we need to do is like a little snowman here. We can just plop these things on top of each other and then just have a snowman, and we gotta scale the snowman down in a bit. It's just like very classic snowman here. Let's see how small we can get it. Okay, well, that's still fairly big, I must say. Yeah, it's something I really wish Frontier would tackle in a different way. Like, look at that. Its scaled down version is still about the size of the house. It's, yeah, kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Where do we have? Okay, so all these festive things over here, they are all so good. They're all so freaking good. Just like get them here. I'm not doing too much, you know. As I said, I'm just willing to get this a bit of a festive feeling for the moment being, for making snow work, and yeah, I think it's been a fantastic, hopefully fantastic session for you. For me, it was a lovely session to do, and again, hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I certainly did enjoy making this work for you quite a lot. It's been hopefully for you guys exactly what I intended it to be, so you could potentially just get yourself a little yeah, tucked away from normal life things if there was anything in your mind that just needed to be freed or whatnot. So I don't know, this is just my idea of involving you a bit on my channel, but also giving you guys the chance to just, yeah, being you and just having a good time. So let's just have that one. There we have it. Do I still have the... Yeah, I have. I was about to say, something is looking odd. The flashlights are still weirdly... There's also something odd over here. Oops. I thought it's looking weird. Not that weird though, but it's... whatever. So, as if someone is too stupid to hang them straight. Come on. Come on. Just, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's hanging like fine. Awesome. So let's say tree at Christmas. There we have the Christmas tree. Absolutely gonna be in here. And the other one is also absolutely gonna be in here. Ooh, where do I put this? Because that is huge. Where would we have that one? I mean, still people would walk around that, right? Right? Would they? It's gonna be super tight in here. But I'm doing this. And I'm gonna say barrier, and I'm going to try to sneak one in the middle as like an X. And then so hopefully they just move around. It's gonna be interesting for me to see if this works anyways, but we gotta see, right? It is really not that much you can do over here. I need to have some more lights and stuff in, I guess, for making a nighttime look good. But this is definitely something I can't do right now. Again, it's going to be too long here anyways, so it's all good. But it's all good. It's all good. Okay, last thing is we're going to get some seating options around, because I feel like this could be a good option for them to have some picnic benches as well. And I'm willing to go... Yeah, I would need one from Planet Zoo. It's not in. The toy box one over here could be fun. And I mean that, actually. I mean that. This could be go here. They fit nicely in. And then we could also have like an umbrella in here. And these things, like for the Christmas time, maybe red. Like this. They would somehow have that like this. And then have another one here. I would need to do some of these standing tables. Ah, come on. Like, oh god, it's so late, but... oh, dang it. Like, they would have it like this, and then... Look at that one guest, by the way. Yeah, but this is actually how they would do it. Okay, let's just sneak one last table in. Because, okay, there is hopefully an easy piece I can use for that. Otherwise, I'm doomed. I could... Hopefully, this is not from both sides, is it? No, it's not. Yay! Let's make that, like, super dark. Yes. Oh, that's the perfect table thing. Oh, yeah. There's no way to do it better. Okay, so... Hold on tight. Gonna do it this way. Perfect. And now let's type in metal. Oh, that is going to be the smoothest operation. The smooth operator ever. Smooth operator. Okay, so that one is perfect. As for in here. And let's make that like super dark gray. Like that. And then for the ground. Hold on, how's that? How is that part looking? Yeah, no, we could just for the sake of... But you know what? I need to do something else for... It's not a group yet. I've got to do it a group yet first. So 1 and 2, group them. Because I need one more metal piece down here to just stabilize that. Have like 4 feet in or whatever. That should do the trick. Hopefully you are small enough. Rotate this around. And we get this one done. Yes, that's definitely enough. So 1... Hey, hold on. Where you gone? No, come back. Oh, actually, we can use that one. Because that one is actually filled in anyways. So, correct color. A little wider than the table itself is okay. And then... Just like so. Yeah, and now let's say mark. And then we put some... Glühwein Max on here, you know, as if people really had a little Glühwein, you know. If I found a tiny piece, I could put some stuff in, but that's just how it is. Okay, so that's our little table. I'm gonna move this one into. Why are you that way? Don't be that way. So here we go. Just gonna move them in all kind of corners because. That's where people would stand and drink. That's Germany, you trust me. This is exactly how it would be. So they would find every single corner in which you could throw these tables, and then they would stand there and grab their Glühwein the whole time. Because again, this is trust me when I say that, this is Germany. Oh god. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. So I hate the fact that maybe I have to just... Let's go into that building. Okay, so this is at least staying on the same level. Okay, so that's fine. Some of the standing tables. We've got some more over here. And also bring them down to this lovely location. And just more of those in here. I'm loving this. I'm loving this, my friends. Just be throwing them in. Having a lot of people. What would I give now for the fact if people could really interact with these things? That would be absolutely fantastic. And then obviously down here, this is the main central of Glühwein drinking, of hot wine drinking. So here we go. You'd have all these people standing then here about this. I could now put all these kind of thingies in, but hey, we made it, guys. Okay, let's hit play. And I've got like 10-ish gigabytes running over, left over. So that should do this. And we're gonna go for snow. Here we go. Ooh, it's so nice. Look at that, our little Christmas market, everything. This is done in real time, but I think it's looking... I mean, this is one of my best things I've ever done. Full stop. This is so cool. I'm wondering if people can still go through here because of all the barriers. I may have actually destroyed this area in terms of people walking. We'll see that with those people. No, they actually seem to do fine. They just go down here. They go all the way down. They have a good time. I'm not sure why they would go down here. Maybe to just look, but it's fine. And then go on here. Maybe they can't go through here. I'm not sure if they can go through here. I'd love to see that if they use all the space and go and check out the little store, you know. But it seems like as if they have done something with the souvenir shop already, because people seemingly go and purchase something, which is fun. So they do interact with all the stalls. Yay, they do. Look at that, they do. Ah, nice. They do interact with all the stalls. Yes. Ah, that is so cool. That is so cool. Okay, I think, guys, I delivered on my promise that this is gonna be very, very cozy, and our Christmas market is done, even though Planet Coaster still has a tendency to be way too, you know, way too much on... let's find a good, like, last scene with some lighting from the tool over here. I'm just gonna override that because, oh my god. So, yeah, that's much better already. And then time of day. I want to have like a more evening time of day, as I said earlier. So like this. And then we also override the position. And then we'll find again a nice position here. With a cozy evening. And... oh, that is it, guys. That is it. And just to make the perfection work, we gotta put ourselves a camera pathway somewhere here. Let's find a good spot. I think this is good. This should be fine. And then we're gonna jump on top of that. Oh, here we go. So, in case Frontier you're watching, this is how much it's needed to finally get a proper camera mode, okay? I hate the fact that I need to always throw myself like a piece of path somewhere to take some nice screenshots. And, oh, there's a huge spoiler involved in this video. In this shot, at least. Ah, this is so cozy. This is so cozy. Oh my god. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I enjoyed it so much. We built this entire area here, and it's so good. And it's so good. Oh, look at the scene. Look at the whole scene over here. Oh, God. Oh, it's so cute. So, Frontier, how about now fixing the sun and cloud situations? Because this is like, if that looks more snowy and overcast, that would be so fantastic. Ah, yeah, whatever. Look at this. Oh, look at the scene. Guys, I wish you guys all a happy, very Merry Christmas. Hopefully you enjoyed staying with me for that long. And if not, and you just had a good time, well, that's fantastic too. If there's one thing you want to do me a favor, you can purchase, obviously, a game from my Instant Gaming. Or you guys just grab being a membership on here or whatever. Just watch the video to its fullest. That would help me out for the channel, but it should not be about me. I wish you guys also a happy time until next year, maybe already. If not, and you come back earlier, well, I'm here for you. There's a lot more planned. Have a good time. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. I'll see you next time around. Have a good time. Enjoy, and bye.